Bend is.
Yeah, South Bend.
South Bend is nowhere near Kentucky.
It's all the way that way.
Like
to the east.
Cincinnati, Kentucky. That's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Cincinnati is in Kentucky. Don't yell at me. It's a joke. That's different. Totally different. Like when you fly to Cincinnati, you land in Kentucky. The airport's in Kentucky.
Oh, I guess I was mistaken. Then it should be called North Bend because it's northern Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
It is northern Indiana. Correct.
Where is the South coming from?
I don't know. Is it on the south side of a body of like a river there? I don't know.
South Bend.
All I know is that you should go. It is totally worth it. I have not been in many a year, but it is absolutely worth it. Like I went to the French Open this past weekend. 2 weekends. I've lost track of days. I'm jet lagged still. I wanted to check that box. It's a great sporting event. Any Notre Dame game, go for a football game. You should go. Totally worth it. Speaking of which, you should also go to an NBA All-Star game if you have the opportunity. I've never been to one.
Oh, they're fun. I went to one in L.A. recently. Yeah.
It was announced, and the NBA All-Star game is coming back to L.A., the Intuit Dome, the Clippers' new arena, which I went to a couple of times this year. It is a data mining operation that also has basketball. It was announced this morning by Adam Silver on FS1. New format next year. It's us against the world. Team USA against a world team. Your thoughts?
I'm into it.
I like it.
I like it.
The NBA All-Star game this year was not good. It's been a trend.
It's been bad for a while.
It's been bad.
Yeah.
Let's find something to shake it up.
Absolutely.
All-Star weekend is fun in general, but the game itself on Sunday, which used to be the world's greatest pickup game, no defense, but it was fun. People cared. Guys are sleepwalking out there. So now they're going to try us against the world. Hey, why not? Why not? You got to do the game. You got to have the weekend, right? You have to have a break, and it's a great TV event overall and a sponsorship event, which all these things are, corporate events. But you got to make the game interesting, and no one cares about the game at this point because it's gotten that bad. So maybe us against the world? Sure. Why not? Remember, SGA is the world. As you get ready for the finals tomorrow, he's Team Canada.
Team World is pretty stacked.
Team
Jokic,
World is good.
Luka, SGA. Is Giannis, does he play for, is he technically a world guy?
Yeah.
Well, and Embiid played for Team USA in the Olympics. That's
right.
That's all.
He became a citizen, though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wemby. Jamal Murray.
Wemby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, give me the world.
I mean, don't take the world.
Give me the world.
Give me the world.
You're
and
asking
the
for a
points.
You're going to hammer it right now.
I'm going to hammer the world.
He's going to hammer it
Hammer the world
now.
right now.
Montana?
USA.
Let's go.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed.
The most difficult part, obviously, is getting that ball up there and making it a catchable pass. And, man, you held up your end of that bargain. That was a great throw.
Dude, I think that was the easiest part because I was so jacked up, there was no way I wasn't going to get it to him. If you watch the video, he fumbled it a couple times.
Maybe the toughest part was him catching it. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, I think that was the one. He was Grace was there. My fiance was with him, and then his fiance was there, too. And Grace said he was nervous. He was a nervous wreck up there before I went.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation.
The crack of the bat. The roar of the crowd. Baseball is back in Kinston. Come cheer on your Down East Bird Dogs.
What's the Down East Bird Dogs play?
The crack of the bat. The roar of the crowd. Baseball is back in Kinston. Come cheer on your Down East Bird Dogs.
What's the Down East Bird Dogs play?
This is Dr. Hasty from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as a walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
Hey Birdland, join us at Oriole Park for Father's Day on Sunday, June 15th at 1:35 to cheer on the Orioles as they take on the Los Angeles Angels. Arrive early. The first 15,000 fans will receive an Orioles straw hat presented by WBAL TV 11. Perfect for beating the summer sun, sport your Orioles fandom with his orange and black wide-brimmed hat. Treat Dad this Father's Day and come out for a fun-filled afternoon of Orioles baseball at the Yard. Get your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets.
Wings Over Greenville just turned up the heat with a new honey hotter flavor. Sweet meets spicy in the boldest way yet. Download the Wings Over app, enjoy the frequent flyer club, earn points, unlock exclusive deals, and redeem for free food. Save your go-to orders, order ahead, and skip the line. First-time app user, get free tenders just for signing up. And when you order delivery through the app, you skip the middleman. No extra fees from third-party apps like Uber Eats or DoorDash. And don't forget, use the promo code PIRATE25 for 10% off your meal. So fly smart. Download the Wings Over app today or order now at wingsover.com. Wings Over, they deliver.
University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern has been serving the tech repair needs of Eastern North Carolina since 2006. And as one of the only Apple authorized service providers east of Raleigh, all our technicians are Apple certified and we only use genuine Apple parts. Your iPhone and Mac warranties are safe with us. Have questions or need service? Call 252-558-1280 or visit us online at universitypccare.com. University PC Care, your one-stop shop for service on everything Apple.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
At Langley Contracting, we're superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, we've got you covered. And best of all, we handle your insurance claims. We are locally owned right here in Eastern Carolina. We are licensed and insured and have a 25-year roof warranty. We can handle your gutter installation too, so everything is seamless. Call or visit us online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today.
Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Afternoon, everybody.
We got Jarrett here. Hey, Jarrett.
Hey.
And we got left side.
Strong side.
What's up, Chandler? How you?
The little guy. It was just such a fresh of breath air.
Well said, John.
Come on, Chuck. I will read it verbatim. The Masters tournament is special.
Hold on, you'll read it what?
Verbatim. Verbatim.
How do you spell that? That word you just said, how do you spell it?
I have no clue.
Say it one more time. You're going to read it
verbatim.
That's how you said verbatim.
Verbatim. That's what I said.
No, you did not.
I said verbatim.
Nope. None. No. There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes. Very low percentage.
Loneliness is worse than COVID. It's a proven fact.
I'm not talking about this.
Correct.
That's all. I love y'all, man.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios. Coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930 online, PR 927, FM.com. And you can find us on YouTube as we are live on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube, where you can be a part of today's program. Give us a like, subscribe, and be a part of the show. What is on your mind on this Wednesday as we close the chapter on the 2024-25 athletic calendar year for ECU baseball, and that means, or for ECU athletics, and that means time to get started with a little football chatter here in June, July, and then we'll be out covering fall camp coming up in August. So looking forward to some football talk here on Pirate Radio Live. Still some baseball to discuss. Once again, trying to get Mike Schwartz on the show. I was told there is some scheduling news that could come out in the next week or so. And hopefully we can get Coach Schwartz on after that to talk about the newcomers and the upcoming basketball schedule. So we'll be hitting a little bit of everything here these summer months on Pirate Radio Live. Got Shirley Rhodes here. Got Jared Watkins. Got left side.
Strong side. Popping the top on this Wednesday, on this Sports Trivia Wednesday.
That will be at Overtime Tavern coming up tonight. Sports trivia questions are ready to go. Got some easy ones, got some tough ones, got some fun ones, got some boring ones. Got a little bit of everything coming up tonight while we watch Major League Baseball and maybe Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final, if you're into it. Yeah. I'm going for Canada. Go Oilers.
I'm out. I never really was in on hockey, but yeah, I don't care.
I know. I don't really either.
I definitely don't care now that the Canes are out.
Yeah. I might put a wager on it.
But I say put it on the TV just to have something up there because there's nothing going on
let's
other
watch,
than that.
Let's watch the History Channel.
You know what? What's the
All
line?
right, Tony Peterson.
Well, I mean, every time I go in there, it's on.
What's the line on softball tonight? Y'all want a little softball World Series?
I don't know what the line is, but there's a lot of storylines going into the game.
Name one.
It's Texas and Texas Tech.
That's not a storyline.
It's the first time, if you let me finish.
Yeah, clip.
We're going one by one. Your first one's not a storyline. All right, number 2.
Is my camera on me?
Nope.
Hey, somebody get that bird out of here.
Shirley just flashed me, y'all.
You MFer.
Wait, are you going to shove this MF and Mike on my A?
Where the sun don't shine, buddy.
Shirley O'Sullivan. Hey, Shirley, how you doing?
I have seen her.
Frickin'.
All right. Storyline. What you got?
It's the first time in over 20 years that two in-state rivals are battling for the national championship.
That's the storyline.
If Texas Tech wins, it's the first time in program history.
Storyline. All right. You named a couple.
Thank you. If you had let me finish, we would have done this 5 minutes ago.
You can place a wager on the matchup. There's no run line, but the over-under's 5.5, and both teams are minus 110 on the money line.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'll probably take Texas.
So on Monday, we were at the Buck for sports trivia, and Oklahoma baseball is facing Kirlity, and then Oklahoma softball is playing. And I meant to ask you, did you bet on Oklahoma softball or Oklahoma baseball?
Neither, but yeah, I did. I mentioned that on the show, have I?
I don't think you have.
Again, I like to roast myself because I guess y'all, unless I talk about it, y'all don't know that about my screw-ups.
Right.
But the other day, I had a little parlay. I had Texas. That's not true. I had, Texas.
UTSA.
Texas in their first game on Sunday before they lost to UTSA. So I had Texas in game 1, and I had Tennessee. And then I asked Zach Kaplan beside me, like, well, when's Tennessee play? It says 3:00 here.
Hey, Zach.
And he was like, I played in the high six. I had a Wake Forest. And
You gotta be a little louder than that. Zach Kaplan.
So I walk in the place y'all were at the other day, and this dude is straight up screaming at me, greeting me, being nice, but like there's not a lot of people there, and I was like, I'm right beside you.
So loud.
And I was gonna say I hate being a butthead, but I don't. But I was kind of a butthead. He was happy to see me, and I was like, I'm right beside you, man. Like literally sitting beside you.
Nah, that's not being a butthead. That's being a normal human being.
And he settled down, and we had a great day.
We did.
Great chat.
Great visit.
Yada, yada, yada. I bet on Tennessee softball instead of Tennessee baseball. And I won. So it was a good screw up. But just kind of a PSA for everybody. Make sure you know the sport you're betting on when you do it. That would be my bottom line. All right. What were we talking about?
Softball.
Storylines.
So we had, reset from that.
You mentioned Mike Schwartz earlier. It's nice riding around town seeing them signs. I see Mike Schwartz's face every turn I take.
Basketball camps. Great respect.
Yeah, ton of respect.
Yeah, I
The
noticed
utmost
that
respect.
today. Oh, what is he running for office?
I'd vote for him.
Schwartz 2025.
It's going to be like the political elections after the camps. Are they still going to be up? And like,
yeah,
nobody's going to get rid of
If
them.
they're still up after the camps, I'm taking one.
So I think Barack Obama had hope.
Yeah.
Mike Schwartz has respect.
We're bringing back respect.
Great respect, so much respect,
Great amount of respect
just a ton
for
of
them.
respect,
Tremendous amount of respect.
incredible respect,
Utmost respect, man. Just the ultimate respect.
We will make America respectable again.
R-E-S-P-C-T. I thought you were going to say Barack Obama had hope. Mike Schwartz is going to have nope.
Go ahead, that rope.
Whoa.
Nope. Shout out Shannon Sharp. Hadn't heard much from Ump since the whole.
I wonder why. Why have we not heard from Shannon Sharp?
What is Shannon Sharp doing with his life?
What happened?
I like this kind of party.
I don't like that kind of party.
Shannon Sharp does.
Yeah. Dog collars galore.
Oh, did I mention what's coming up on today's show?
Nope.
Ken Watlington will join us. Rahjai Harris. We recorded this conversation at 2:00. A couple of great little tidbits from Rahjai. One regarding what he would tell a coach if a coach talked to him the way O'Sullivan talked to Parker Bird. And another on why Rahjai thinks Caden Hauser can be a great leader for this team. He's got a little antidote from last year.
Okay.
A little tidbit that I had not heard before.
Would Icy tell Kevin O'Sullivan to ice up, son?
Nah, a little more direct than that.
Oh.
We got Patrick Mason joining us. Jamie says, hey now.
Hey now.
Is there a P-Mace announcement coming today? I'm going to make every one of our guests have an announcement. I'm going to make everybody here have. Do y'all have any?
Even if they don't have an announcement, they will have an
Think of an announcement.
I have an announcement.
All right, what's yours?
Oh, we'll get to it later in the show.
All right.
That's a tease.
I have an announcement.
Okay.
I will be at the Carolina Beach Music Festival this weekend.
Sorry, the what?
Excuse me. The Carolina Beach Music Festival at Carolina Beach this weekend on Saturday.
Chandler will be making an appearance. Is this like a meet and greet with fans type situation?
Yeah, enjoy some beach music. Meet Chandler Honeycutt at Carolina Beach.
Is this on like the marquee or is this like a self thing?
Yeah, Jim Quick, Coastline, Band of Oz, the Tams, and then Chandler Honeycutt also going to be there.
Oh, so if they made the poster or the T-shirt, your name would be kind of at the bottom.
My picture would be down there just like this.
But it would still cover up the whole poster. With help.
Big head joke.
Big head, yeah.
Ah, yes. I have an announcement.
Oh, we got an announcement.
I will be participating in a softball tournament this weekend in Raleigh at the Walnut Creek Softball Complex. It's called the Oak City Swing Tournament. And
we're going to be swinging.
Swinging dingers. Swinging dingers.
You're going to be in a
swinging dingers.
A swingers tournament?
Going to a swingers party.
No, I'm not going to a swingers tournament. It's just
You
called
have
Oak
upside
City
down pineapples
Swing.
on your jerseys?
Nope.
Speaking of which, Shirley, you want to do Hawaiian Shirt Friday?
Hawaiian Shirt Friday, yes.
All right. Thought about that
I
last
just
night.
broke them out I took them out of my closet last night.
Shirley broke them out.
I was going to say I broke them out to wear them, but I also broke them out to, because I have several. So I had to organize them and decide which one I want to wear on Friday.
All right. Hawaiian Shirt Friday coming back to Pirate Radio in 2 days. B-Man, Brandon Manning, will be on the program today. And also Jarrett's interview with James Plowright as they talked Hornets draft.
Yeah. Little NBA offseason. Talked a little bit about the lottery.
Now, this was done a couple weeks ago. Is anything going to be dated, or is it all?
I don't think we talked about conference finals or anything. It was mainly just Hornets stuff. I mean, the lottery's a little dated, but, I mean, it's still relevant.
All right. We'll have that interview coming your way on this Wednesday as well.
Did you plow right through that interview?
Yeah.
Kaz says hello. Hey, Kaz. Hello. Hello. Chad says bang, bang, chat gang.
Bang, bang.
He said you can watch AEW. I wanted to.
It's getting pretty good.
But I never have.
Getting pretty good.
Alex Harper says, hey, what's up, Harp? I got a future in Edmonton. I believe the Oilers are plus money. I think Alex Hughes had when he first signed up for gambling, you get all those future bets, free plays. And I think he threw one of those on Edmonton. So good luck to A-Harp.
I smash anybody's grandma.
He also said, go Bucks, the Lombardi is coming to Tampa next year.
Wow. He's already locked in. He's ready to go.
Is that one of those things where they just take the trophy around to every team?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to stay
technically
there.
they have 2 Lombardis in the facility.
Yep. Who were the quarterbacks that brought them there?
Brad Johnson, Tom Brady.
Why are you talking like that?
I was unsure about the first one.
I like Brad Johnson. From Florida State and from Black Mountain, North Carolina.
Wow.
No kidding.
I'm not kidding you.
Wow.
Let me Google that real quick.
Be a hell of a thing to kid about.
I mean, of all the things to kid about, Brad Johnson.
Where'd he go to high school?
Black Mountain High School.
Let's see. Brad Johnson.
He's from Marietta, Georgia.
Time out. Went to high school.
Oh, he went to Charles D. Owen High School.
In Black Mountain, North Carolina. So there you go. So what would you say? I guess, is he from Marietta, Georgia, or is he from Black Mountain? When did he move there?
He's from Marietta, Georgia, by way of Black Mountain, North Carolina.
I think you said that backwards.
Either way.
Yeah. What was that reference?
Bruce Buffer. It's one of those things I do when I walk around the house. I'm alone, and I'm just like, by way.
I like that.
By way.
I like that.
Good stuff.
Hold on. Bruce Buffer? Yeah. Brother of Michael.
Yeah.
Bruce is the guy now, right?
Yeah, he's the
UFC.
Yeah. Big Mike was boxing.
WCW would bring in Buffer for the championship matches.
It was awesome.
Let's see. Jamie says Florida plus money tonight. Yeah, probably the smart play. Might go with that. Josh says, hope it doesn't rain like they're calling for down there, Chan.
I hope not.
Man.
But Jamie has sources, and Jamie says it was somewhere.
Friday rain. So far, no rain for Saturday.
So I trust Jamie because he has all the great sources.
Steve says, hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
I got to put a little less on yo. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
No.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
That was a good one. Let's see. John Moody says Edmonton Cup, and he's got a lock emoji there. John Lock. Shout out Lost. Jerry says hello. Hey, Jerry.
What's up, Jerry Bear? Help him.
Help the bear.
All right, so had a clip out on Pirate Radio. John Gruden receives these boxes from football programs. Well, today he got one from Tim Panetti.
Tim Panetti. He says, "Hey, Gruden, there's a box for you.
What's in the box?
Hey, give him a box full of swag.
What's in
the box?
What's in the box?
Get a look at Johnny Box over
Hey,
here.
look, it's Johnny Box over here.
Go get your shine box." So Tim Pernetti sent him a bunch of swag from AAC members. Should we be sending this to like underprivileged kids or something? How are we sending it to John Gruden?
John Gruden, man.
Does he need more hoodies and
Or
shirts?
sending it to us.
If I was John Gruden,
Hey Tim, what about us?
I would be uncomfortable with the amount of clothes that he has gotten in the past 2 months.
No way. I mean, he keeps all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just passes around to Barstool employees.
Or maybe he donates it.
He does what Coach Greg Hudson does. Brings in clothes and says, "Hey, you like this."
He just cleans out his closet and brings it here.
HUD is, hooked this up quite well. And none of y'all are portly like Mac and myself, so sorry y'all couldn't get any Mac hand-me-downs, but I've got a bunch of those too. But John Gruden got a box today with a bunch of AAC stuff, and Shirley, can we hear some audio from his unboxing?
About the East Carolina Pirates, head coach Blake Harrell. I went there to play the East Carolina Pirates one year. They had Jeff Blake at quarterback. They kicked our ass.
John Gruden ass kicked by Jeff Blake.
Jeff Blake, man.
Now,
Why did he do that?
who was he coaching? So, I've looked at his Wikipedia. First of all, what years was Jeff Blake here?
87 to 91.
Think so. Jeff Blake.
I want to say he was here the same year as my dad.
When was your dad here?
87 to 91.
Clark Honeycutt, man.
Clark Honeycutt, man. He was at the Beach Bowl, man.
Send me a Vinny's Pizza shirt.
Yeah, man. He had Vinny's Pizza swag, man.
Jeff Blake, 1988 to 91.
So,
and basically 89 to 91 because he only attempted 9 passes. He only attempted 71 passes in 89. So probably 90 and 91 would have been when he played him. So John Gruden was at Tennessee from 86 to 87. That was before.
Yeah.
In 1988, he was at Southeast Missouri State as a passing game coordinator, man. In 1989, he was the Pacific tight ends coach. Did ECU play Pacific in 1989?
No, man.
And then in 1990, he was with the San Francisco 49ers as an offensive assistant.
Maybe we beat them.
When did...
Well, he was with Pitt in 91.
91, the 2-point conversion.
Oh, damn. I didn't make it that far.
I saw it. That's the first thing I saw. I was
All
like,
right. Hey, well, let me finish. Like Shirley said, let me finish.
You are terrible.
I was getting to where he was. 1991, he was the Pittsburgh wide receivers coach. That's who he coached.
The 2-point conversion. The 2-point conversion.
You know what's funny, though? Earlier today, I did look at his Wikipedia, and I either completely stopped at 49ers or thought Pittsburgh was the Steelers when I first read it. So I tell you what, man, I thought I was going to get John Gruden.
Man, you're pretty stupid, man. I was on the sideline when Jeff Blake put it in for the 2-point conversion.
I told them they were going for 2, man. They wouldn't believe
They
me.
ran the same play just to the opposite side of the field, man. It was pretty special, man. And I got to tell you what, man. Brian Bailey got scared to death of a cannon, man, in that game.
John Gruden was in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium.
And that kind of thing.
And that kind of deal.
That kind of deal.
Oh, you handled it, John? You got your ass kicked, John? Did Bailey interview John Gruden after that game? Who is this Chucky guy? I want to talk to him. Jamie said, "You get away from that box now."
Not talking about this.
All right. Now we are going to have a moment of silence until Chandler does something that he needs to do.
What did I do? Wait, what?
What do you need to do?
What do I need to do?
What haven't you done? You forget about this a lot.
Oh.
He top 5, man. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm actually top 4 because I'm the fourth like.
All right, you good now?
Yeah.
You like the stream?
I'm sorry. No, I'm feeling nicey, man.
And actually, you were number 10.
I was number 1.
Way to go.
I'm always number 1 because I set it up.
That's true.
Robert says clip IKYDC. I know you don't care. Jack Del Rio is coaching the Paris Musketeers and Tua's brother for the Hamburg Sea Devils in the European League of Football, week 4 this weekend.
Raider legend.
Robert, you are so right. I don't care.
Well, this goes back to last year because you remember he was talking Canadian football or something.
No, he's like international.
It's like overseas, right? Yeah.
Jack Del Rio. Glad to see he's still in coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks.
Honky check.
Where's the Ryan brother at these days?
Rob?
Yeah.
He's a great communicator.
He's with USC.
He's a great communicator.
That's what the thanks for.
Yeah.
He was with the Raiders the last 2 years.
Fade USC. He is a bum. Every team he's on sucks.
Yeah.
Isn't that where we got this soundbite?
Great communicator.
He's a great communicator.
He had his press conference. Why?
Watch where we finish this year.
Why he had a press conference, I don't know. But he basically did his stand-up act, his one-man show, his Broadway show.
I've got it.
All right. He's like, there he is under the thing or whatever. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Let's hear it.
Watch where we finish this year. Watch where we finish this year.
Yeah.
This guy is special. He's special. He knows how to get it done. He's a great communicator, great teacher. He's fun to be around. He makes everybody better, including the coaches. And, we'll see. I'm looking forward for the, spring ball or whatever. I can't wait. We're going to go against the best. Oh, good. Bring it on. Let's see. I can't wait to see that little JUCO kid from Hutch. Bam! We're going to get after his little butt. But anyway, it'll be great. We're excited. And I saw the Mayava guy. I coached his uncle. I hated that kid when I first saw him. A USC kid, a little captain. Remember, he could walk under this table right here. Little guy. We drafted this little runt. Like, oh, man.
Speaking to the mic.
This guy, I was all over this kid during the OTAs. Like, man, this guy, man, you got to run to cover guy. Anyway, so then I'm like, hey, guys, Sweet Life has going on vacation with the family, going out to Hawaii, going to Maui. I've never been to Maui. I run things in Oahu, but I'm going to go to Maui. He's like, hey, Rob, you get in any kind of trouble now, you just tell him you know Kalooks. I'm like, man, yeah, I'm going to tell him I know Kalooks. Walk out there.
Into the mic, Rob.
Do the usual.
Come back to the podium, Rob.
Got me and the wife there. Oh, we're going to have a romantic evening. Go out there.
Romantic evening.
No rent-a-car. What do you mean? You never called for the rent-a-car? I told you she's Greek. I'm like, yeah, they must have lost it. So, of course, I forgot to call. Now they're out of cars. I'm in Maui. I got no car. So what do? I know Kalooks. I got a car. Oh, you know Kalooks? Swear to God, hand to God, true story. I got a van. I'm like, yeah, Kalooks, my man. Anyway, I ended up loving the kid. He was, oh man, is he mean as a rattlesnake. And there was a reason why that kid was captain with all those first-round draft choices. I love that guy. Ended up, looks can be deceiving.
So, Rob, just real quick, how do you think the season's going to go?
Rob, watch where we finish this year.
The question was, how are you doing?
I know Kalooks.
He knows Kalooks.
Trying to have a romantic evening.
He sounds like a guy that you would run into at the Buck, like outside.
Yes, and he looks like that, and that's what he should be. But his last name's Ryan, so he's a millionaire.
Lincoln Riley has been absolutely god-awful putting together a staff at USC.
You know what we need to do? We need to fix our defense. Let's bring in Rob Ryan.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, my God. Fade USC. What's their win total? That's going to be our next group bet.
Yeah,
under wins.
I mean, yeah.
All right, let's take a break. Sorry, Ken Watlington's sitting in the green room, but hopefully he enjoyed that. We'll see if he has an. Oh yeah, we need Ken to make an announcement. Every guest has to make an announcement on today's show. Back with you with K-Dub when we return after these words.
Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Hot sandwiches are Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Hot sandwiches are here.
The pilot can't steer?
No, Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
That's worse.
Jimmy John's new hot sandwiches are finally here.
Get ready for a crispier, crunchier, meltier, gooier Jimmy John's experience. Toasted sandwiches are here. Try the brand new toasted category or get any sandwich in the favorites category toasted to golden perfection. Jimmy John's in Greenville and Wilson and online at jimmyjohns.com. Go Pirates!
Stella Artois is a world-renowned Belgian beer with over 650 years of brewing heritage. Stella's rich, full flavor and smooth finish is perfect for making moments worth more. Stella's non-alcohol option, Stella 0.0, offers the same iconic taste without the alcohol, ideal for those looking to enjoy Stella anytime. Stella, whether celebrating big or small, Stella is the perfect choice for elevating the everyday. Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Doug Henry of Greenville is looking for your trade-in and your business. Doug Henry of Greenville is right on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial, and always right on the price and looking to beat every offer out there. Bring in any offer from CarMax, and they will beat it by $500. Just bring it in and you won't be disappointed. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily, and you can always check them out online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Doug Henry, right on the corner and right on the price.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owners insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Are you thinking about purchasing a new home? Stop by and see us at Integrity Home Mortgage at our new location in Greenville at 1420 Arlington Boulevard. This is Talbot Green at Integrity Home Mortgage. We offer a wide variety of loan programs to help get you pre-approved. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service you deserve. To get started, call me, Talbot Green, 714-2076.
Talbot Green, NMLS 120331. For informational purposes only. Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender. NMLS 208516.
Overtime's Tavern is officially open in downtown Greenville. Whether you're craving a cold drink, hot meal, or just a place to unwind with friends in a laid-back atmosphere, we've got you covered. Join us daily from 11 a.m. to midnight every day, or stick around for our late-night hours on the weekends. Follow Overtime Tavern on Facebook or Instagram for daily specials and events, including live music. OT's is right across from the Sheets on Charles Boulevard in downtown Greenville. Overtime's Tavern, where every hour feels like overtime.
Here at the Holistic Company, we know that life throws you its fair share of curveballs, like passing that drug test. Congrats. Now you can finally relax, kick back, and, well, light one up. You've earned it. And whether you've had one of those weeks, or maybe your mother-in-law's in town and you're one passive-aggressive comment away from needing a vacation, if this sounds like you, then come visit our team here at the Holistic Company to help you find the perfect products to ease your stress and promote relaxation. Order our products online at theholisticco.com or visit us at 5th and Evans in Greenville or at one of our other 2 locations in Fremont or Smithfield. The Holistic Company.
Pirate Radio.
No one knows pirates like we do.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Is your office printer on the fritz? Don't wait days for a repair. Contact the professionals at CopyPro, where they promise fast 3-hour service on all of your office printing devices. Contact Walker Allen Volova today for a free office printing analysis to help you cut costs and boost efficiency. For reliable, fast service, call CopyPro today at 756-3175. And the Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates. On Mondays, you can test your knowledge with sports trivia with our very own Clip Brock. Tuesdays and Wednesdays is acoustic night. Thursdays is Singo and karaoke. And then get the best live music every Saturday and Sunday. For details and the latest calendar, you can check them out on Facebook or Instagram. And we'll see you at the Buck, where the music never stops. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, Shirley, you mentioned Walker Allen Volova. Her man, her husband, will be on the program on Thursday, Evan Volova, as we'll talk some Pirate baseball, get his thoughts on the regional, the drama, and everything else going on. The portal, his thoughts on that. We'll dive into that coming up Thursday on the show with Evan Volova. Supposed to have Holton on today. We're going to push him to Thursday as well. Zach Kaplan will join us Thursday. And who knows what we could add between now and then. Today, we will welcome on Ken Watlington from WNCT Channel 9. Hello, Ken.
What's up? What's up, K-Dub? How y'all doing? Oh?
Got one of those, was that Charlie horse or whatever?
Oh, no way.
No, it's all right.
Need to be drinking that water.
Get this man some pickle juice.
He has a cramp crump.
Water, pickle juice. Bring it all.
Chocolate milk. Banana?
Ken, that was I had 2 pieces of banana bread earlier today.
Great banana bread, by the way.
Yeah, thank you, Taylor, for that. Did you have some?
I did not. All right.
Sucks to be you.
I just crushed a taco in the parking lot before I walked in. I hadn't had lunch. I was like, I'll stop by Taco Bell on my way downtown.
Ken, when we said hello to you, you had a long sigh. Everything all right?
I mean, it's the summer.
Oh, and a high voice.
Do you,
nice. Do you want to lay down? And
do you have an announcement? I do, actually. I don't.
Jamie has an announcement for you.
Okay.
He said Ken's announcement is he's again off the Braves wagon. Well, I am joining him there. I have an announcement. Ken. I want to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Time to fire Brian Snicker.
Why not? You got Freddie Gonzalez right there. Let's let him finish out the season.
Is he on the staff?
He's the third base coach
he's
now.
the windmill guy now. Yeah. I saw something the other day that said
pass out the paper plates, get the hot sauce because the Braves are cooked.
Okay. I'll roll with that. And I like Brian Snicker, but it's one of those just need to change.
Yeah, it's just
things. Because we are way better than our record is.
Is it Snicker's fault that Spencer Strider got hurt and he has not been himself since he got back? No.
Is it his fault that all these big leaguers making a ton of money and their former all-stars can't hit? I don't think so.
Acuña's been good. Kind of.
The money's ruining sports.
We're back to that. Yep.
The failures.
We got a bunch of guys who are only playing for money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't that awkward for Freddie Gonzalez to be on the staff? Really weird, isn't it?
Why? Because he got fired?
He got fired. He was coaching like a D2. He was a volunteer assistant for somebody, right, in college. And now he's coaching third for the Braves again? Maybe I got that all wrong, but... Your Cena's College. Yeah.
John Cena's college.
It's amazing. Or Cena's.
We need to bring back Eric Young and Ron Washington.
Would help. And you would say those guys leave at the same time, right?
Yes.
No, maybe Wash left the year before EY did.
No, it was the same time.
Where's Wash?
He's the manager. He is the manager.
The Angels. Almost said the Athletics. That was his old job.
Hunter says banana bread at work, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Jarrett. Taylor asked Jarrett, she asked you 8 questions. I don't know why she just didn't say, do you like banana bread?
Yeah, she's like, do you like bananas? And I'm like...
Jarrett's a big jokester, so he thought there was a line following that. Do you like dragons? Yeah, one of those things.
You like Wendy's? You like tapes and CDs?
Do you know Candace?
Anyway, She asked you a bunch of questions. You answered yes to all of them, and then you enjoyed some great banana bread. I gave her a 9 out of 10. You gave her a 9.3. Mm-hmm. Bit of a topper.
Nothing's perfect except for one thing.
Hunter says Freddie Gonzalez was the bench coach for the Orioles last year. Is that true? Was he on the Pittsburgh staff when Jeff Blake beat him?
Yes, he was.
In 1991. Fire Brian Snicker. I'm saying
sure.
it.
I mean, it's not going to make a difference, but, you know.
Well, what is going to make a difference? What could make a difference?
For this season?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
That can't be true, Ken. That just can't be true.
They are done.
Can't be true.
Some of our fan favorites from the last decade or so will not be in uniform come August.
Oh, here we go. Speaking of fan favorites, this guy's not a favorite of mine. Ryan Day said today he would like at least 4 automatic qualifying spots for the Big Ten in the playoff.
It's getting out of hand, man. all last week, leading up to the regionals, all everybody talked about was the SEC this, SEC that, and I rolled my damn eyes because it's the same thing in football. They play this trash non-conference schedule, and then they just beat up on each other. It's like, I went 500 to SEC.
Well,
I can only name 2 schools in the Big Ten.
I think plays Texas. Let's look at their football schedule. They play Texas to open the season.
Well, I hope they respect that.
Then they got Bowling Green, right?
Then they got Grambling State, and then they don't have Bowling Green, but they do have another school in that state.
Toledo.
Nope.
Ohio.
Yes. The Bobcats.
Oh, wow.
They're playing the Bobcats this year.
Yeah.
So they are on the 3 non-con schedule, I believe. Yeah. They played 3 non-con.
But, like,
they played Grambling?
Yeah.
And Doug Williams is not going.
Doug Williams ain't walking through that door.
He ain't walking through that door.
Jamie says Braves only 5.5 games out of the wild card. Plenty of time left. What do you care, dude? What do you care? You're a Reds fan. Go root for Pete Rose to get in the Hall of Fame.
I'm surprised it's only 5.5.
Yeah.
They're double digits out in the division now, correct?
And I keep saying, like this weekend when we played the Red Sox, I was telling my Braves friend, I was like, here we go. We just won game 2 against Philly.
Yep.
And now we got Red Sox at home. We're going to sweep them.
Nope.
No, just didn't happen.
Either the bats are anemic or the bullpen stinks. And sometimes both.
Yeah. Ken, is this a take a breath time? Ask Brian Bailey now that the high school sports are done. ECU baseball's done. We got some summer ball with the Yard Gnomes and the Bird Dogs and that.
From a sports perspective, yeah, maybe it's time to step back. For me personally and my job, no, it's about to get hectic next week down in Morehead City with Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament.
Yeah.
So we've got all kinds of coverage planned for that. I've been working all week on the schedule and making sure the equipment's right and making sure the people are ready. And
you gonna be live down there?
I will be live, weather permitting, on Monday. We've got a really cool spot at a new place that just opened up called Rock the Dock. Dueling Piano Bar. So we're going to be up on their balcony kind of overlooking Big Rock Landing. So if it rains, severe weather, we can't do that.
How long has Big Rock been a thing?
70 years, maybe.
Okay, because this first year I'm hearing about it. I did not know it was this big of a deal.
Yeah, and we'll get into it maybe today on the show with Brandon Manning, but with Bryce, who said he might be actually fishing in the Big Rock this year. So, but Ken, I want to be careful how I word this because I don't want to sound like a spoiled brat, but like we go to sporting events and we kind of work them, so like we can't drink and tailgate and do all that fun stuff, but we're at a sporting event. We're not like in my past, I'm not putting in tobacco or laying water lines.
I'm not delivering furniture, flights of stairs,
or sitting at a computer for 10 hours a day.
Or that, being in a cubicle. So, like, that part's fun. But, like, when you go cover the Big Rock, is that a fun event or is it a work event? Like, can you have both?
It's a little bit of both, but it's a lot of work, especially when it's one of those crazy hot days. You're just out there in the sun. There's no shade, really. You're out there the whole time. It's fun, though, because there's just that adrenaline rush for, I'm sure, for the guys out doing the fishing. But when they bring that big blue to the scales and everybody's like, oh, gosh, is this going to be the one? Especially at first that you can win the Fabulous Fisherman Prize and get like $1 million some dollars. Like, it's a cool event. But from my perspective, going to it and working it, it wears you out, for sure.
Draining. Yeah. Which the beach is a draining day, even if you are having fun.
Yeah.
Like you have a few, or even if you don't, you're out there with your family. Like by the time you're halfway driving back home or get home, you're like, man, that took a lot out of me.
Well, that sun beats you down.
It does, man.
It's sand. It'll get you. It's got to stay hydrated.
That current.
You got sand in your crevices.
The sharks.
The sharks, man. You got
Jaquan McMillan.
a guy that looks like Jim McElwain on a shark. Hey, by the way, happy birthday to the shark.
Jaquan McMillan.
Yeah, celebrating the birthday.
Boo.
Oh, yeah. I hear you. I hear you, Raider boy. He's just a Raider boy. You like Avril Lavigne, Ken?
Sure.
Why you gotta go and make things so complicated was a hit. You can't deny that. And if you do, I'm kicking you out right now.
Never heard it.
You are lying. You're a liar.
You went to the concert.
You saw her open for Foo Fighters.
Not quite.
Ken, out of all your concert experiences, who's the best opening act you've seen that maybe overshadowed the headliner?
I think I told this story.
Will you shut up and let him answer?
Sorry.
Excuse me. I think I told this story on the show, though.
Damn.
Lollapalooza at Walnut Creek in Raleigh, back when it was a traveling thing and not like a big festival in one place. The very first act of the day was Green Day.
Dang.
Did you know you knew who they were?
A little bit. Like, oh, this is...
They hadn't broke big yet?
Not really, yeah.
Or broke bad?
Yeah.
So bite my lip and close my eyes.
But looking back, it's like, oh, pretty good opener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for answering. Do you guys have any, y'all big concert goers?
Yeah, summertime.
I have another one too, actually.
Seems like every Dierks Bentley concert I go to, the opening act is better. Like Riley Green, going to see him with Zach Top this year.
All right. I don't think I've never seen a opener better than the main deal.
How about the concession prices over the years?
My God, man. Let's talk about that.
Back to the opener, though. I forgot about this one. This was more recent. Last summer, saw Taylor Swift, but Paramore was the opening act. Paramore's really good. They're a big-time headlining 20-year act.
I've heard
for
of
whatever
them.
reason, they were opening for Taylor Swift over in Europe.
I don't know if I've ever heard a song. But they have female lead singer.
They do, Haley Williams.
I'm familiar with them, but I don't know their music.
Good stuff. Ain't It Fun? Hard Times.
Those are two different things.
Exactly.
Kind of shows you that, life's,
I've heard of them, but I need Perilous, honestly.
Oh,
wow.
They also have a song. They have two songs. Life is great, and then I'm ready to die.
They really do.
I hope this day never ends. Kill me now.
That's how the album starts and how it ends.
Let's take a break. When we return, who knows what the heck we'll talk about. I mean, I don't
food prices.
I don't want to force feed Kevin O'Sullivan stuff. Now, I know you're tired of it, Jared.
I got something to say,
but I want to get your take on it because we haven't heard from you.
Because he disrespected one of the great people in the history of college baseball.
Oh, yeah.
The Seahawk legend. You're right. Okay. Yep. We'll get Ken's take on it and have more for you. Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you. We got some concert. We'll check in with the chat gang as well. Back with you after this.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
Jeff Stein here at Brown & Wood Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Right now we have GMC 1500 Elevation 0.9% or $78.50 off. That truck also has $359 lease special. For Buick, we got the all-new Enclave. It's beautiful, it's big, it can handle all of your luggage, kids, towing, anything. Brown & Wood Buick GMC, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and one goal to make sure you leave a happy happy customer.
It seems like places are giving you less and less food these days.
Yes, Mama, it's called shrinkflation. Oh, shrinkflation, that's just another word for robbery. But this is shackflation. What? Dang, that's huge. Extra pepperoni, extra cheese on that thing.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and get a Shackaroni pizza for only $12.99. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today? And then you hear,
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for $7.50 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers, or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates.
Pirate Radio.
You know, East Carolina deserves to go to Omaha. People should be worried about us. We're going to be really good, and I'm not afraid to say it on record.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. You can book today at AA.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. PGV, where the pirates fly. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots? Get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads. Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about their newest technologies and treatments. Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Thank you, Shirley, J-Bone, Chandler, Ken Watlington here. Hour 1, Pirate Radio Live. Before we get to Ken's take on Kevin O'Sullivan, couple of things. So you said Paramore's been around for 20-some years.
Mid-2000s.
I was going to ask.
That's 20 years. Oh,
yeah,
math, man.
Crazy. But so first of all, I think anybody should enjoy whatever they want to. Like if you enjoyed this and it doesn't hurt anybody, nobody should tell you couldn't. But I'll ask this from my perspective, like, how old is too old to enjoy unironically emo rock? And I ask that because, like, Blink-182, I was in high school. I was in, like, college, getting out of college with, like, Taking Back Sunday and 30 Seconds to Mars, Story of the Year. Like, if you're in your mid-20s, can you still do emo?
You can do it as old as you want to be.
Right, but
it takes you to a moment in time.
When should you start being judged for listening to emo rock?
Never. High school. Who's judging you?
Okay.
Aside from Jarrett.
See, Jarrett, yeah, I think
because Jarrett's all judgy.
I think teenage angst high school's kind of the answer there.
Yeah. It was just like, what are you listening to that for, loser? Like,
Jared's the kind of guy that like would never go talk to a therapist or anything like that. You just kind of
absolutely not
toughen it. Yeah.
They don't need to know what I know. What I've been through is for me and for me only.
Therapists are just nosy people.
Yeah.
Josh says you're never too old. Like, I don't think I'm too old to listen to the Blink-182 I listened to in 1998, but maybe if there was a new emo band, it would be kind of weird for a 43-year-old to get into.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, what if the band was 43 years old?
That's something, too, because I feel like the bands I was listening to in my mid-20s were my age or maybe even older.
Some 43.
So if there's a 43-year-old group of guys that get together and do an emo rock band, you're okay to listen to them, but they should be judged for being 43 years old and starting an emo rock
I'm
band.
a listen with a side eye.
Yeah.
Bombastic side eye.
Real quick.
By the way, Paramore started in 2004. They're from Franklin, Tennessee.
That's right, Nashville.
Huh.
Yep.
Who knew? Who knew? Great song by Pink. Not afraid to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Trivia question.
Oh.
What's Pink's real name?
Felicia.
Purple.
Natalie.
Gold.
I don't know.
Jarrett got it.
Felicia?
Floyd?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, it's Alicia. That's why.
You almost accidentally nailed it.
Yeah.
Jamie says, I thought Billy Joe Armstrong was British from his accent until I was in college. He did the reverse. Usually British bands try to sound American.
Yeah.
So bite my lip and close my eye. Chad said, best concert was Kid Rock opening for Aerosmith. This was early 2000s. Kid Rock was still cool.
That's
Whoa.
America.
I saw
Kid
Kid
Rock
Rock
is
at
still
Dowdy
cool.
Ficklin Stadium.
Kid Rock is still cool.
Yeah, dude. I went to a Kid Rock concert maybe like 2 years ago. Travis Tritt, Kid Rock. Whew. Kid Rock blew it out of the
Was
water.
it the Bring America Back Home concert?
I think it was like Taking Back Our Country or something like that. It was something up that
This
road.
country's ours.
Yeah, and it was amazing. Dude was like,
Here's ball with the ball.
dude was like scratching records, smoking a joint, pouring whiskey on the records. Like, it was cool.
If that ain't America, I don't know what is.
Oh, brother.
You might like this, Ken. Jamie saw De La Soul open for 311 in Charlotte.
That's a good one.
In
That's
high
a good
school.
one. I've only seen De La once, and it was a combined headlining show with the Tribe Called Quest. So that was a pretty good show.
There you go. Josh said Kid Rock outdoing Eric Church in Dowdy.
Yeah, saw that.
When did that happen?
That was
my freshman year.
2016,
Yeah.
summer of 16. Yeah.
First month I was in school that was going on.
Yeah.
Been nice to be at.
All right, Ken. Kevin O'Sullivan cussed out our one-legged buddy, Parker Bird. He cussed out everybody else there, but including the site rep.
Yeah.
Our Coach O.
The respected.
Ken's Coach O is Coach Scalf.
Yeah, Mark Scaff
Mark
was
Scaff, sorry.
He was the head coach when I was in college. He was the head coach when I covered that team when I was a weekend sports guy at WWAY. He was the head coach when I lived in Ohio for all those years, and he just retired in 2019, I think.
So how long was he there? You may have said
30 plus years.
Longer than Paramore's been together.
Oh, for sure, without a doubt.
All right.
One of the nicest, most down-to-earth, respectful, kind, observant people I've ever met. And I've got two quick stories. I covered his teams a lot in the mid-2000s, so I got to know him a little bit. But then I moved to Ohio for almost a decade. One time, I was back in Wilmington when I was living up there, happened to just be walking down the beach, and he recognized me, and he yelled for me and just started talking to me. I was like, that's all this stuff this guy's ever done, but he remembers me 6 years after I left Wilmington and talked to me.
I think that's the sign of a good person that recognizes people and doesn't just look down on, people under him.
And the other time was the 2018 regional here in Greenville when Wilmington played here with Ohio State and South Carolina. And I hadn't seen him since that time before. And we walk in the media room, and he's like, Kenny.
I don't think that regional ever happened.
Oh, it happened.
I don't move that one from my memory.
It was real, and it was spectacular.
But so my wife saw the video and said, I need the whatever medication that guy's taking, who was just standing there taking this berating, and I was like, no, I just think he's a normal, nice human being who doesn't act like a child,
Then you got Ryan Bailey circling the whole time.
Dun.
But hey,
that kind of deal.
Coach O'Sullivan did say, Mark, I respect you.
Then followed
You
with
have
a bunch of
funny
disrespect.
way of showing it.
A bunch of beeps before, a bunch of beeps after. But
Yeah.
Mark, I respect you, but this is effing BS.
It's pretty sad.
So I said,
Did it
what?
make you angry?
I said, what if this was Coach O? Because he's also a site rep. He's also a legend.
Yeah,
he
I mean,
also knows people's names, including Jarrett, who he met a couple of times. And now he says, hey, Jarrett.
Yeah.
Hey, Jarrett.
He's just a nice guy.
Yeah.
And like
very similar. Yes.
Yeah. And it's not out to get anyone or to give anybody an unfair advantage, or he's just trying to do a fair job.
And I think Coach Scaff has been a site rep here for either a super regional or a regional. Like, so every year he's somewhere, he's doing this, he's going through it.
Yeah.
And to he's probably seen, the Florida coach somewhere else before, whether it be back during his coaching days or as a site rep. And just, I don't know, it made me sad, honestly.
I'm kind of glad it's been highlighted, though, that this guy's a complete fool and needs help.
Yeah.
Anger management or something.
I mean, is that a normal thing? Did he really think he was just that much above playing at a Sunbelt school and against a team from the American?
Maybe that's how it goes in the SEC. He goes to other places and gets his way because he's the Florida coach. And
but
makes a lot
I
of
can't
money.
see him going to Oxford, Mississippi and getting his way or something. Or Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, can you get Mark Scaff on the show and we'll get his comments?
We already got
I don't know
Parker
that I
Burks.
can do it, but I know some people who might.
And
so
you know
maybe I
what?
can reach out.
He wouldn't say anything.
He wouldn't.
Because
He would just say, it's unfortunate. And, I don't want to take away from the kids, from the games, and blah, blah, blah.
It kind of did. Oh,
for sure it did.
Coastal beat East Carolina twice and moved on, and we are talking more about Florida.
And then their head coach, it's his first year at Coastal, right?
Yeah,
As the head coach now.
Yeah.
And,
oh, man, he was awesome.
And he spends, part of his news conference after winning a regional talking about what happened earlier in the day, not even directed specifically at his team, more, at his athletic administration staff and Coach Scaff and the whole East Carolina program. But
Very cool that he unprompted talked about the Hall of Famer, talked about his team that works on the field and all that stuff.
And nobody asked him a question.
No,
he just brought it up and said, "I want to talk about."
Gotta bring this up.
it still blows my mind. It's not like the facility down there at Coastal is some little hole in the wall in the backwoods somewhere.
no.
It's really freaking nice.
That's the first thing I said. I was surprised at how nice everything was.
Yeah. And they're less than 10 years away from winning a national championship. I mean, this is not like they had to go play. I don't want to disparage any small school with maybe not adequate facilities because that's not fair.
Well, Ken, enjoyed having you here.
Appreciate you.
We got a lot done, I feel like. We talked a lot.
Gotta go get another taco. I'm hungry.
How many minutes of the NBA Finals are you going to watch?
I'll watch a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's to the point now. It's like, let's just have it on. Maybe I'm doing laundry in the background, but it's on. And,
I guess it's crazy to say, but the Thunder are maybe like the second biggest favorite.
I think they're like minus 900 on the series.
It's crazy.
They're 9.5 tomorrow night. I know that.
Jamie, this might not be a good thing, but I'll root for the underdog and root for your Pacers. Go Pacers.
The Thunder, this might be the start of a dynasty.
Yeah.
It might not. I don't know.
All right.
I mean, the three,
you heard it here first.
The three biggest stars are
maybe
my
not.
age or younger. Like, that's crazy. And also makes me kind of depressed.
Well,
And they made
get used to being depressed, buddy.
They made some terrible commercials singing Christina Aguilera and stuff. But
Chet Holmgren, I believe, part of that. All right, Ken, we'll check you out in your bathing suit next week.
Is that right?
At Big Rock.
Big straw hat, maybe. No.
Can you please do one sleeveless on screen?
Nobody wants
the guns
to see that.
I really do.
Oh my God.
All right.
Banned forever.
So we might have to do a phoner next Wednesday, or
Wednesday I should be back in town. So
Okay.
I'll be here. Monday we're doing the whole show down there. Everybody's down there Monday, and then we'll have somebody down there every day of the week to make sure we get all the weigh-ins and whatnot, and then we'll play it by ear as far as the weather goes. Maybe I'll go back another day, but Monday everybody's down there.
All right. Ken Watlington joining us, and he will be all over the Big Rock coming up next week. We'll take a break, come back. Hour 2 Pirate Radio Live rolls on after these words.
At Riley Riley's Army, our mission is to provide support to children with cancer and their families in North Carolina. From emotional support to financial assistance, we are here to ensure no family faces this journey alone. Guided by faith and a commitment to love and service, Riley's Army invites you to join us. Volunteer, donate, or spread the word. Together we can make a lasting difference. Visit Riley'sArmy.com to learn more. That's Riley'sArmy.com.
Here with Brian Cook, the comptroller for Greenville Motor Company and Greenville Auto World. You do have a website that sort of combines your two dealerships. That is driveherenow.com. Talk about that.
Yeah, we created the driveherenow.com name to incorporate our whole organization. You go there and you can see logos for both our Greenville Motor Company and Greenville Auto World's location. All our inventory is there to see for both locations.
driveherenow.com. One website, two outstanding dealerships. Try us, trust us at driveherenow.com.
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
Make things happen this year with the new John Deere. In just one visit to Quality Equipment, you'll find the right lawnmower, compact tractor, or Gator UTV that will save you time and money on your next project. Keep things running all season long with the help of our experienced parts and service team. Your new Deere isn't far away. Find current offers and budget-friendly packages at your local Quality Equipment with 36 locations across North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit QualityEquip.com to get started. That's QualityEquip.com.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street is now open 7 days a week. Stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and drinks on the patio. Join Down on Main every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 p.m. to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Danny Beal, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear was easy to work with when I needed my custom t-shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
Arr, matey, this old ship's looking worse than a sea monster's backside. Look at these splintered planks, this saggy deck. It's a bloody mess.
Ah, you be right, mate. Even the galley's a disaster. Me kitchen's more like a dungeon than a place for cooking.
What we need is someone who can fix this old tub, make it shine like treasure.
Wait, I've heard of KDL Construction in Greenville. Kathy Herring and her crew do magical things with remodeling. They can fix up kitchens, bathrooms, even whole ships. Homes.
Aye, and she talks to her crew like a true captain. No surprises, just smooth sailing. I heard they got a skilled crew with cabinets, counters, and everything we need.
Aye, let's call KDL Construction, mate. It's time to turn this rust bucket into a beauty. I'm gonna visit KDLConstructionLLC.com today.
KDL Construction, turning your home from shipwrecked to ship shape. Arr!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Shirley Rhodes. Jared Watkins. Nice shirt, Jared. Nice button up today.
Thank you. Weather's nice. Get a little air flowing through here.
Gotta have the air. Chandler looks ready for the golf course.
I'm ready to golf, baby.
When you golfing again?
I don't know, man. That's a good question. I have not golfed since November.
About that time.
I saw over the weekend my member guest partner, and he was asking about the member guest coming up in July at Lakewood Country Club. And I think we're going to do that again this year, which I need to get out and practice if that's the case. Guys, this is breaking news to me, but it happened May 30th.
Okay.
Maybe people don't know about this, but Scott Hansen announced on May 30th that he is returning for his 17th season as the host of NFL Red Zone.
All right. I would like to go and announce I will be doing the Bud Light pregame tailgate and U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show this year.
I mean, today's the day of announcements.
It is.
I thought I would just announce that.
He's also, they announced this yesterday, he's going to be in Madden for the franchise mode. He's going to do like halftime updates during the games.
You are kidding me.
Yeah, I'm joking. It's not true.
April Fools. No, I did see that. I love the college football game. I love the recruiting. I love building my roster. I like finding my right team and what do I need to build on next year. But I have no interest in ever buying nor playing Madden again.
No.
I just love the dynasty aspect of college football, but no interest in playing Madden.
Now that they have real coaches in the new college football game, I kind of want to take over for I want to be John David Baker. Rise through the ranks.
You can kind of already do that.
Yeah, but I don't.
You're saying you want, as John David Baker, to take over a team. Okay.
Yeah. Run this offense for a little bit.
Yeah. But Chandler, I am glad Scott Hansen's coming back because I love Scott Hansen and I love Red Zone.
Do you like Chris Hansen?
Love it.
There was a time where I liked Chris Hansen.
Why don't you take a seat?
His
now, why did you do that?
His smarminess, is that a word?
Yeah.
Snarkiness.
One of the scariest things I've seen on that show is when that guy just sat there while he's being berated and just ate a whole pizza.
Yeah.
Psychopath behavior.
Yeah.
You see the guy that got called multiple times and he went, oops. Y'all ever seen Oops guy? Oops.
I like the
now that's not what you said in the text.
The foreign fella who just came in and stripped.
Oh,
Chris Hansen's like, Jesus Christ, dude, get the hell out of here.
What the hell are you doing?
Oops. John Moody says football is back next month, baby. Hall of Fame game.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do a David Price Construction countdown to the Hall of Fame game.
Ooh.
2025 Hall of Fame game is on the 31st of July. Days between June 4 and July 31. We are 57 days away from the Hall of Fame game on the David Price Construction countdown to kickoff. How about to our opener? What date it's on, Sean?
You don't even have to ask me. 85 days away.
85 days away. Who's your favorite number 85?
Davon Grayson.
Good call.
That's the first 85 I thought of.
Trying to think. Did Darnarian McCants wear 85? What a random name he would be for the Redskins. He did. Darnarian McCants. What a guy.
But Darnarian McCann.
He had 58 career catches from 2002 to 2005 and really left a lasting impact on my life that I remembered his number. Jamie says, Ocho Cinco. Mike P said, I wonder how the founders of Mike's Hard Lemonade felt when they became the official drink of creeps. A lot of Smirnoff Ice, Mike's Hard Lemonade, the official drink of creeps. That is funny. Those guys always had a sixer of Mike's with them.
Mike's Hard Lemonade, the official drink of creeps.
Well, how did you feel, Mike P, when you are named your namesake? Oh, your name's Mike? Like the Hard Lemonade? To catch a predator? Oh, that's good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, I talked to Rahjai Harris earlier today. 2 tidbits I think you'll enjoy out of this. Listen out for why he thinks Katon Hauser will be a good leader. Told a cool story, neat story from last year. And what he would say to a coach who went after him the way Kevin O'Sullivan went after Parker Bird. Here is my chat with Rahjai, 47. How you doing, man?
Man, I can't complain, man. I cannot complain.
What you doing? Just normal training or doing other stuff?
So I worked out earlier, and then I just did like some quick feet stuff, work on my feet.
Gotcha. All right, man. We'll knock it out. Here we go. All right, joining us today on the Pirate Radio Live line, number 47, Rahjai Harris, our guy. Rahjai, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I cannot complain. How about yourself?
Doing great. Chandler Honeycutt and myself, but he's a big YouTube guy, big YouTube highlights guy. So yesterday, we were doing the show. We were watching ECU baseball from over the weekend, their wins over Florida, and then he got in the football mood when Bryce Williams came in. So watched the win over Tulsa, a wild one on a Thursday night. And then watch the Military Bowl as well. So a lot of Rahjai Harris in those highlights. And you know what? Now that I think about it, in the Tulsa game, I think you did go down. Is that the one where you went down at the one and then ended up scoring anyway?
It might have been. I don't even remember, man. I can't lie, man. Not lying. I can't even remember.
And then in the Military Bowl, Blake Harrell was telling you to go down, and you didn't hear that. You went on into that end zone, but
yeah, I wasn't hearing that one.
But man, some fun memories from. How about this? Outside of your touchdown run against NC State, what's your favorite touchdown at ECU?
Favorite one. I'll probably have to go Tulsa 2023.
Yeah.
When I broke out from that, I think it was like a 40, 50-yard run. Man, that was electrifying. Man. It was honestly good for my spirit too, man. Just having a game like that to cap off the season.
Nice.
So that would definitely be a memorable touchdown for him.
Heck yeah, man. One, and I don't like watching highlights from a loss, but one from a loss would be that your first long one here. That was against Navy, right?
Definitely, man. That game right there was so crazy, man. We ain't had nobody in the stands, man, so it wasn't loud or anything. But I heard every fan in the stadium cheering, man. So that's definitely another good one, man. Another explosive run from me.
Weird time. Holton had the false positive test, so he wasn't playing in that game. Kind of a weird deal all around.
That was crazy. That was a crazy time. I remember like it was yesterday. That whole COVID year was crazy.
Yeah, no doubt. Speaking of Holton, he had Raheem Jeter on the Holton Ayler show last week, and that was great, Rahjai, because we've talked to you a lot. We've talked to a lot of the guys quite a bit, but never really heard from Raheem Jeter, and really seems like a great guy, and talked about why he is here at East Carolina and just kind of fell in love with the town, the university, the locker room, and you can speak to that, Rahjai. And what kind of guy is Raheem Jeter? It sounds like the coaches are very pleased with where he is and his development, but how about what kind of guy is he in the locker room?
I mean, he's a guy, man. I grew up around Raheem. We're really family, man. We grew up when my dad stayed, man. His family stayed right next door, man. So it's crazy that Raheem ended up at East Carolina, man, because we've been close ever since he was a kid. And he's a couple years younger than me, but he's always been huge. He's always been big. So he always fit in whenever we went to a football game, track event, party, whatever. Raheem kind of fit in already at a younger age. But Raheem's a great dude, man. He's a great dude. He's a great athlete, man. I feel like he's putting things together, and I'm ready to see him shine. I think it's about that time that East Carolina kind of let him do a little bit in the offense, man, because he's ready for it. You know what I'm saying? He come from a great high school, great family background, so fear is out the window for him, man. I know he's a dog, and I know he's just ready for an opportunity.
Sounds like he's putting in the work and waiting for his time. And Rahjai, you put in the work, but you didn't have to wait long. And I go back to this. I remember when Mike Houston kind of came out your freshman year and said the guys who practice the best and work the hardest are the guys that are going to play. And all coaches say that, and you're like, yeah, whatever. You're going to give it to the veterans and everything. But no, you kind of burst on the scene quick, and then we saw your buddy Keaton come out of that freshman year as well and play a lot. What was that? What do you remember about that time, Rahjai? I'm sure you coming in with like, yeah, I'm gonna get on the field. I'm gonna do my best, but that didn't happen for every freshman. So, what was that like early on in your career, where you are busting your tail and you see it pay off with playing time?
I look back at it and I look at myself as my freshman year playing at Burns. They moved me up, so I played varsity all freshman year, man. And I didn't start, but I did get a lot of opportunities, and I made a lot of plays, man, with the opportunity that was given, man. So it just goes back to whoever's working, man. That work that you're putting in the dark is gonna always come back to the light. So putting in work, man, that's always been who I am. Really not no jawbreaker, man. I'm not gonna get out there and just talk your head off, man. I'm the type of person that's gonna go out there and run a ball right through your face. You know what I'm saying? So the grind and everything, the process, the 1%, all added up when I got to East Carolina. It made the perfect sense, man, that me and Keaton was out there doing what we doing, man, because we was doing it in practice, every day, making plays, not just with the ball, but without the ball, special teams and all, man. We were just making plays.
We talked to Rahjai fresh off the practice field as you are staying in shape and getting ready for your next opportunity. Before we get to fall camp with ECU, Rahjai, what is June and July all about for the guys at ECU right now? Well, what's important these 2 months for the guys we'll see on the field this fall?
These next couple of months is all about togetherness. There's going to be some times this summer where it's going to be hectic. Your workouts, your legs going to be tired, and you got to go out there and run 10,000 yards and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the summer is built for the team. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no individuals, people in their own little boat. You want everybody in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? And I think the team that they got this year, man, is a great team for that, man. They got a lot of leaders out there that knows the game, knows the locker room, knows how it should be done. So I'm just excited to see them, man. I know if they all bring it in together this summer, oh, man, it's going to be a scary sight.
You mentioned how much of a great teammate Raheem is. Mike Wright coming in to that quarterback room, who's a veteran. And then Caden Hauser. And of course, Caden was not the starter last year. But you guys talked about both Caden and Jake were really good as far as leadership at the quarterback position. And you do need your quarterback to be a leader of the team. How is Caden when it comes to kind of rallying the troops? And even when coach is around, is he a guy that can kind of bring everybody together?
Yeah, man, I seen it. Actually, I seen it that spring, man. I think we were doing MAC drills or something, and I wasn't able to participate in it, man, because of my wrist or whatever. But we were doing sprints at the end, and I was doing it. And I remember I was beside Caden, and I bent over a rep, and I was, dang, I'm tired. And Caden came right up to me. He's fresh. He's a new guy, and he told me, he said, if you're going to be the leader for this team, I need you to get up now.
Wow.
Hold on, now. I never got put in my place like that, but I couldn't do nothing but respect it.
Yeah.
Man, no matter the age, no matter what position he played, no matter none of that, I couldn't do nothing but respect it because he was doing every rep the right way and he was standing up at the end. So a leader just wants you to be as him. You know what I'm saying? You can't have no spoiled fruit. You know what I'm saying? Because one spoiled fruit gonna spoil the whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? So. Caden leadership is out the roof, man. I'm just ready to see him ball, man. I can't wait to see him compete because that's what he is. He's a competitor. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to go out there and do everything he can to get East Carolina a win, man. And, a guy like that in your locker room, especially at quarterback, is special. We've seen it in the last couple of years with Houghton. Now we got somebody new in town, man, going on his second year, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, that's a great story, Rahjai. Appreciate you sharing that with us. Rahjai Harris joining us today, Pirate Radio Live. Rahjai, I don't know how much you know about what happened with the baseball regional. The Pirates beat Florida twice, lost to Coastal twice, and are out of it, but a great run to end the season. But do you know anything about the Florida coach and the drama and all that stuff?
I heard something about it, man. I didn't want to believe it, honestly. I didn't even open the article to believe it. If they say what I think he said, man, it's ridiculous, man.
Well, we had Parker Bird on the show. He told the whole story, and according to Parker, he did say a whole lot of stuff. But my question of the week for you athletes is, we're talking about it still because it's so rare. Like you see coaches from another team and a player get together and it's positive. Hey, man, like I recruited you. I'm glad to see you're doing well. Or, man, love watching you play, that stuff. But, Rahjai, in your career, did you ever have an opposing coach say something to you or say something to one of your teammates negatively? Do you recall that?
Most likely, yes. Most likely if somebody done said something crazy. But honestly, man, I don't even let that worry me because if a coach talking crazy, all I'm gonna tell him to do is put a helmet on.
You know who did that back in the day, Rahjai, before your time? Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp. Go to YouTube, and I think it was Mike Sherman was the coach. He said something after the game to Warren Sapp, and all Warren Sapp said was, I think he said, put a jersey on. Put a jersey on.
You can't really argue. You can't argue with him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You can't touch him. You can't. You're going to get a flag, man. So, man, I just tell him straight up, man, put a helmet on.
Put a helmet on. I like that. I tell you what, if I was a fan, which I never get into the shouting at other players and stuff like that. I think it's pretty stupid. But yeah, if a guy told me to put a helmet on, I'd shut up quick. I'd probably leave. So. Rahjai Harris joining us today, Pirate Radio Live. Rahjai, still just doing your thing. How's the family? Everybody out of the hospital and doing well?
Yes, everybody's good, man. We're trying to get her. Right now, she's sleeping through the day and up during the night. So we're just trying to get that flip. She's been doing better the last couple of nights, man. We've been getting a lot of rest. Still getting up around about 6, 7 o'clock every morning, man, getting to it. You know, that's not going to never change, man. And I'm going to always get to it some way, somehow.
Is the your first daughter, how's she handling all this? A new human in the house.
Yeah, she's helping a lot, man.
Good.
She's getting pampered. She's getting wiped. She's trying to feed her. She's trying to hold her, play with her. I don't think she truly understands how fragile she really is right now.
Yeah.
But she's doing everything to help, man, to try to be the best big sister ever, man. And I really do appreciate it.
That's great, man. That's great to hear. Well, Rahjai, keep working hard, man. I know you will, and we'll keep checking in with you. Appreciate you joining us today, bud.
Most definitely, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a great one.
Rahjai Harris joining us on Pirate Radio Live. Awesome story there about Caden Hauser saying, hey, man, you're supposed to be the leader. I need you to stand up. I don't care how tired you are. And Rahjai kind of took that to heart. Good deal there, and tells you about Caden Hauser as well. All right, let's take a break. The studio has filled up all of a sudden. We got the Chan Man here. We got B-Man, Brandon Manning, joining us. We'll get his thoughts on the Conway Regional and the closeout of the baseball season. And Patrick Mason will share his thoughts on the end of the ECU baseball season and maybe have some life news as well. Also, coming up next, we will talk to Randy Ramsey, Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament board member. Jared said, what is the Big Rock? This is the first time hearing about it, so we'll do a Big Rock for Dummies guide and also tell you about what's going to be going on next week. So got a lot coming up. Pirate Baseball Talk, P-Mase, B-Man, and Randy Ramsey. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live after this.
Are you tired of dealing with IT headaches? Does this sound familiar? Phones, Wi-Fi, or email always acting up? Are you afraid of phishing scams, data breaches, or ransomware attacks? Every minute your systems are down, you're losing money. If you're nodding your head, it's time to call cybersharks.net. We handle IT so you can focus on growing your business. Fast, reliable, and always there when you need us. Call 321-7800 today and get IT support that actually works. Cybersharks.net. We keep your business swimming.
At Langley Contracting, we're superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, we've got you covered. And best of all, we handle your insurance claims. We are locally owned right here in Eastern Carolina. We are licensed and insured and have a 25-year roof warranty. We can handle your gutter installation too, so everything is seamless. Call or visit us online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today.
Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist.
You love U.S. Cellular Home Internet. It lets you do all your favorite things because it's fast, reliable, and affordable.
Switch to U.S. Cellular today and do the things you love with internet you love. Just pay $39.99 a month when you bundle with a wireless plan. And if you don't love it, you have 15 days to let us know. Built for us. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
The best burgers around.
Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates!
Capital Subaru of Greenville is transforming your everyday commute into something a little more extraordinary. Subaru was just named 2025's best overall automotive brand by Consumer Reports, and there's never been a better time to drive one home. From the adventure-ready Outback to the sleek and efficient Forester, they got the perfect ride for you. In addition to their great selection of new and used car inventories, the Subaru Service Center is commanded by a team of experts, handpicked for their knowledge, passion, and promise to treat every car as if it's their own. Capital Subaru of Greenville, off Memorial Drive, or online at capitalsubaruofgreenville.com.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates!
Is your office printer on the fritz? Don't wait days for a repair. This is Walker Allen Volova with CopyPro, where we promise fast 3-hour service on all of your copy equipment. No need to press 1 for English for an overseas service line. All of our calls are answered right here in Greenville. Plus, we offer a free office printing analysis to help you cut cost and boost efficiency. We'll show you exactly how to save money on ink, toner, and energy. For reliable, fast service, call CopyPro today at 1-800-682-6558 and see how we can help your office run more efficiently. CopyPro, fast service, smarter printing, bringing more value to your business.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
May I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
This is Parker Bird from ECU Baseball, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers with 2 locations in Greenville on Bells Fork and on Greenville Boulevard, and in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, packed house here. Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live. Brandon Manning joining us. What's up, B-Man?
What's going on, guys?
Brandon with Farm Bureau, and we do the ECU Baseball Recap, brought to you by Farm Bureau. And now's the perfect time for a review of your home, auto, and life insurance with a trusted and experienced agent. He's right here. 531-1812 is Brandon's cell phone number. You can schedule a review and get a free quote. And we'll get B-Man's recap of the season and his thoughts on everything that went down to the Conway Regional. We'll do the same with Patrick Mason, who is joining us here on the program. Good to see you, P. Mace.
Hey, what's happening?
Hadn't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Been a while.
But good to have you back in here. And Jamie was asking, will we have a Patrick Mason announcement on the show? We will, but I'm going to make you wait for it because we're going to talk a little Big Rock coming up here. Patrick, did you ever cover the Big Rock, or are you familiar with the Big Rock?
I'm familiar, but no, I've never covered it, so just kind of view it from afar.
It is kind of a neat thing for us. Like, All right, ECU baseball's over, high school's over, and for at least 1 week, we have something that we can kind of talk about that's different. And Jared said earlier, what is the Big Rock? Well, we will learn a lot about it right now because Brandon has helped us out and hooked us up with Randy Ramsey, who is a board member for the Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament and does a number of things for the Big Rock, and he joins us now on the Pirate Radio Live line. Randy, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
Fantastic. We appreciate your time, and thank you, Brandon, for hooking up this interview. Randy, first question. So our producer here, Jarrett, says he's unfamiliar with the Big Rock. So you're a great guy to have on. For folks that aren't familiar with the Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament, can you give us kind of the who, what, when, where, why of this tournament that'll be going on next week?
Absolutely. The Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament will be starting this week, and we are the largest Blue Marlin tournament in the world. For those of you listeners that might not know what a blue marlin is, it's a very large pelagic species that swims off our coast. And this will actually be the 67th annual Big Rock this year. It started back in 1957 by some local businessmen who wanted to promote fishing off the Morehead City area and put together a $250 purse, silver dollar purse, and a little red wagon for the first person who could land one. So that was the very humble beginnings of the Big Rock Tournament, which has now grown into quite the week-long event. In fact, more than a week-long event.
A little more than 250 now, right, Brandon?
Yeah, a little bit more. What's the estimated purse this year, Captain?
Well, I'll tell you, Brandon, I wondered if you'd asked me that, so I looked up last year's purse. In 2024, we had 302 boats, and we had a $7,562,000 purse. But more importantly, or equally as importantly, we gave $1.7 million to charities last year.
Yes, sir. A lot of cancer research in that too, correct?
A lot of cancer research, a lot for the local school systems, for a lot of community efforts. We did a large gift for the Carteret Community Theater, for Carteret Healthcare, Carteret Public School Foundation. Yes, sir. Trying to give back to the community and make sure that we do all we can to support folks in the entire area.
That's right. And it's not just the men fishing. There's a lot of folks don't know there's another tournament that's all females. What can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, Brian, I'm happy to tell you about that. We are happy to be hosting again this year the Kelly Wagner Lady Angler Tournament, and it is 100% charity. Everything we make goes to Carteret Healthcare for cancer patient comfort, and we donations to date just from this tournament alone are over $500,000. Last year we had 267 ladies teams enter. We gave about $400,000 in prize money, and man, they really caught a lot of fish. We had over 1,500 ladies participating last year. It's if you think the guys are competitive, you ought to come down to the Kelly Wagner Lady Angler Tournament. Man, I'm telling you, the ladies really get after it. The night before the tournament, Friday night, they have a best dress contest, and it is some of the most creative costumes I've ever seen out there. People from the Big Rock Derby to Fishing for a Cure and Ghostbusters last year. We just saw all kinds of terrific costumes.
Randy Ramsey joining us. It's the Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament, but Randy, there's a lot of different prizes you give out, and some for other fish too, I believe, right? So what are all the possible prizes a fisherman could win in this tournament?
Well, you're right. We do. We give away first, second, third place for the Blue Marlin division, of course. But then we also give a lot of money away for released fish. The first released Blue Marlin of the day. We do release levels. We've always been big about promoting conservation with the Big Rock. We were one of the first tournaments to ever implement minimum weights and minimum lengths, so that we just didn't have every fish brought in. So the majority of the fish are released, and the ones that do come in are typically for the nice ones. We do a winner take all dolphin mahi category, and last year the large mahi won $603,500, and that went to a boat called Ava D for a 46-pounder. We do different game fish every day, game fish species each day and for the week. We have outboard divisions. There's just an awful lot of ways to win.
Randy Ramsey joining us. So Randy, a few years ago, I know you got a lot of headlines when Michael Jordan showed up, and his boat has been in it, of course. And I said at the time, is this going to become like a celebrity thing where now you get more and more celebrities involved. But how about the interest in it, Randy? Do you see it, the numbers going up every year? How's that gone as far as people entering? And do you have to cap it? Is there a number where you have to say we got too many boats?
So we have seen it gradually go up each year. A lot of things are depending. It's depending on weather, obviously, could have some impact on the tournament. Some of the smaller boats might not go up. It looks like it's going to be a really rough week. Certainly, there are other things that can impact the fishing, the economy. Could have an impact on who fishes the tournament. We feel like we're very fortunate in seeing that our boats, let's see, in 2022, we had 267 boats, 271 last year, 302. So we've seen a pretty steady increase over the last several years. We don't really think that we have a capacity limit or the need to cap the tournament, but what we really get, what really ends up capping it for us is dockages available in our community. Once the dockage fills up, especially for the larger boats, it's just really hard to find places for them, and that can sometimes cause us to not turn people away, but not be able to help people come and participate.
So, Captain, I have a couple of questions for you. There's big blues everywhere out there. It's a big ocean. Do you think we'll ever see a grander at the scales?
I sure hope so. We've seen fish in the 800-pound range, a little over 800 pounds, and there has been one grander caught in Morehead City. Captain Howard Bassenite, who's on our board, caught a 1,002-pounder back in the early days of the Ducks Unlimited tournament. We know they're there, and nothing would make us happier than to have one at the Big Rock Wade this week.
Yes, sir, that would be great. And the weather's looking sort of sporty for this weekend and the first couple of days. Any captains, bailing out? Is there anybody, any outboard division guys you think that, hey, we may have to stay in for a few days? Anything going on with the weather that you see?
Well, as you probably know, Brandon, the Big Rock is a 4 out of 6 day tournament. So even if we've got some kind of sporty looking weather early in the week, a lot of times the folks can get their days in later in the week. So far, we haven't heard anything but enthusiasm from participants, and I'm being told by Madison Struck, who's our executive director, that there's just lots of enthusiasm and lots of excitement around the office as people are registered this week.
Yes, sir. Is there any sort of foundations that if us that can't really fish and don't have the needs to fish, that we still want to help out and donate? Anywhere we can look for that at?
You absolutely can. So the Big Rock Tournament does a great amount, and like I said, in our communities, and we have a foundation set up. It's the Big Rock Foundation. You can find links to that on our Big Rock page, which is www.thebigrock.com. We would have for you to do that. But I tell everybody all year round, everybody plays a part in the Big Rock. It's not just the participants. It's the sponsors play a huge role. People that buy T-shirts and hats, all that money too ends up going to charity. So there's nothing too big or too small in our tournament. We welcome everybody, and we're glad to have so much participation from so many folks in Eastern North Carolina and beyond.
Randy, I want to let you know Brandon was bragging on you about not being not only the voice of the Big Rock, but also the blessing of the boat. So you wear a lot of hats with this deal, right?
Yeah, the blessing started many years ago. A man named Captain Omi Tillett from Wanchese, who was a close friend of mine. And he came down, I asked him to, and he started blessing the fleet back in the early 90s. Unfortunately, Captain Omi has left us now. He's no longer with us. And, I just felt like the blessing needed to go on. So each morning, as the boats run out, I try to say a blessing to the fleet. And then you can stream us, obviously, for the blessing and for listening to hookups and releases and catches through the Big Rock app or through the Big Rock web page. And then I will mention also in the afternoons we have Big Rock TV that you can get on Facebook or on YouTube, and you can watch the weigh-ins live if you're not able to come to Morehead City and see them.
I like following along on Twitter, X. It says who's hooked up and all that. So.
Randy Ramsey's a big Twitter guy.
Okay,
tell you, I'm joking.
No, but I do like those updates as well. Y'all do a great job with that. So.
Well, we got a good team. There's a whole team of people that are doing it. As the boats call in, there are people typing it in simultaneously. So we're trying to keep the word out as much as we can about it and keep the excitement up for the folks at home.
All right. Well, Jenny says, weather permitting, she'll be fishing on Plowright Saturday and Ladies' Day. So hopefully the weather's good. And good luck, Jenny.
Do it. That's awesome. I hope she does very well. I'll listen for her out there.
Captain, one last question, and then we'll have. I think you need to go to a meeting. You said local guys. Local guys have been fishing it for a long time down there. How many local boats do you think really try to participate? And is it too late for somebody to go find a local boat down there to try to get in the tournament?
There are a few charter boats that have a few shares that are still available, I understand. And it's certainly not too late for anybody to look. If we can help in any way from the Big Rock, we'd be glad to. And certainly if you have your own boat, you can get a rider up until 8:59 on Monday morning. Is the last time you can, the latest you can,
Man, great stuff, Randy. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it, and looking forward to another fun tournament coming up.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Go Pirates.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Camden.
All right, there is Randy Ramsey joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Thanks for hooking that up, Brandon.
Yes, sir, man.
That was good. Good info. All right, we'll reset. We'll come back. We'll talk some Pirate baseball. We'll talk to Patrick Mason. Big announcement. And Chandler, looking forward to some fun at the beach.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun at the Big Rock next week, and you can make it even more fun at King Max. They'll have acoustic acts every day from 1 to 4 p.m., and they'll have full bands Thursday through Saturday night. So whether you're reeling in a marlin or just soaking up the sun, come grab a bite, catch a band, and make your summer legendary at King Mackerel's on the waterfront in Morehead City. And you can go to King Mackerel's social media and find the link. Cooper Greer, Greenville's very own Cooper Greer, is going to be playing at King Max. He's going to be rocking the landing. So go to King Max social media and get the link, get your tickets to see Cooper Greer next Saturday the 14th. And King Max is the perfect place. I was there last year. I plan on being there again next weekend. It's the perfect place to go upstairs on their patio and watch the boats come in. So it's a beautiful scene down there in Morehead City, and King Max is the best place to be when it comes to Big Rock weekend fun.
All right, good deal. We'll take a break. You'll hear Patrick Mason speak after this.
This is Dr. McDowell here with Orthopedics East, and I'm excited to share that we've partnered with Fleet Feet to bring you a community race series that includes 3 awesome races throughout the year. Each one a local nonprofit making a real difference right here in our own town. Starting with the Big Run, benefiting Ainsley's Angels, the Glow Run, benefiting Building Hope, and Santa Dash, benefiting Riley's Army. To sign up, go to runtheeast.com. Join Orthopedics East in running for a cause and making every mile matter.
Doug Henry of Greenville is looking for your trade-in and your business. Doug Henry of Greenville is right on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial, and always right on the price and looking to beat every offer out there. Bring in any offer from CarMax, and they will beat it by $500. Just bring it in and you won't be disappointed. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily, and you can always check them out online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Doug Henry, right on the corner and right on the price. The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in ENC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kid Scene.
Y'all come get bucked up.
Hey, Righty, you feeling okay? You've been dragging all day.
Ugh, don't even talk to me, Lefty. These shoes are a disaster. My arch is crying.
Dude, we have to go to Fleet Feet. They have a 3D scanner to customize shoes for every foot.
Wait, like custom fit? For me?
Yes, you and me. They have the top brands such as OnCloud, Brooks, and Hoka, plus many more.
Fleet Feet, where fit happens. Schedule your appointment at fleetfeet.com or come in today and treat your feet right. Find your perfect pair at Fleet Feet.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Father's Day is here, and it's your opportunity to say thanks. I'm Rhonda with Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington, and we've been making dads happy for 41 years. Russell's offers an amazing selection of sportswear and accessories, including the best from Johnny O, Peter Millar, Duckhead, and Gentile. Can't make a decision? No problem. Gift certificates are always a win in any amount. Make it easy and shop Russell's for a great selection, personal service, and free signature gift wrap. Where it's all about you, our pirate friends and customers.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of PIP Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 five-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growatpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. PIP, where business goes to grow.
Escape to Beaufort this summer with exclusive savings at the Beaufort Hotel. Save 25% with Beaufort bonus days on Sunday and Monday during stays in June, July, and August. Immerse yourself in the beauty of the Crystal Coast. Experience waterfront dining at the award-winning 34 Degrees North restaurant. No advance deposit required and free cancellations up to 48 hours before arrival. Life is a little simpler at the Beaufort Hotel. Book your exclusive summer escape now. Visit BeaufortHotelNC.com or call 252-728-3000.
We better sight land pretty soon. There's rumblings of mutiny.
Pirate Radio.
Rumble, rumble, rumble. Mutiny, mutiny, mutiny.
The voice of the pirate nation.
I mean, on top of everything else, this ship is rigged.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. David Price Construction, the proud ECU home services partner. Call them today at 919-291-5532 or visit them online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you. Brandon Manning explaining to Patrick Mason the ins and outs of the Big Rock, and sometimes there's drama involved. There's lie detectors.
A lot of detectors.
Does everybody have their fishing license? I guess when there's millions involved, you can see why it would be a serious deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's nice just telling fishing stories with the boys.
Oh, fishing stories. I don't want to tell any tales, any tall tales. I wanted to come straight from the horse's mouth. Patrick, I was a little bit cryptic last week when Jamie asked, where you been? Was he in Clearwater?
He was worried about you.
I said,
me and Clip both went,
So, Patrick, the floor is yours. Do you have anything to tell us in the world?
Yeah, it just kind of fell off the face of the earth, and it was kind of nice. But I guess Memorial Day weekend-ish, got just a new job. And, I'm going to do some writing, some, marketing, something like that with that company in Rocky Mount, and probably do some teaching in the fall. So it was weird to just not be there. And I was watching like ECU on the TV, and I'm like, man, this is like, I don't know. It was just really weird just being in this spot, because basically my entire adult life, like, I was at everything, nights, weekends, like every game.
So first of all, it would be nice to drink a beer, eat a bowl of soup, and while you watch a game.
Yeah.
But did you feel the need to start typing something?
Kind of. Like I had my notebook, and I was like, do I start writing in this thing now, or do I just say screw it and just watch the game?
Yeah.
Wait till football season.
Yeah,
that's really going to be weird for you.
It is. Yeah.
Do you hate that as soon as you stopped covering the team, everything started to pop off?
Were you the reason they started winning?
Yeah, I was like the dark cloud, maybe.
Yeah.
But
White Sox, Pirates.
Braden Burrs needed to be moved to the infield, and Patrick Mason needed to go away.
So no longer at the Daily Reflector.
Right. Yeah. No longer. Yeah. So.
And out of sports.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can be a fan.
Yeah, I could be a fan. I think when I
start a podcast.
Yeah, there's not enough of those.
Not enough white people, white men doing podcasts.
That's what they always tell me. You need to get more white men in this game. But yeah, it's weird. I guess it's been a dream job of mine, and I thought I'd miss it a ton. And I guess I'm only a week or two in, but it's kind of nice just being on the other side and going. I don't have to stress about what am I going to write or what kind of story should I be looking for. I can just be a fan and yell at the TV and things like that.
Well, good for you. Seem to be happy with the move.
Did you find yourself being an ECU fan during this run?
Yeah, you know what? That's an awesome question. I'm going to say yes. I guess just because I paid attention to him, obviously a lot. But, you know all the guys. And I don't know. I guess I definitely did find myself like.
Now you can be a Pirate fan.
Yeah, how far can these guys go?
Now you can say your favorite.
Who's your favorite player? But no, I really just think it's cool to see.
No, really, we want to know.
I don't know I don't think I have one yet.
No. Being out of the game means now you can say your least favorite player.
Yeah, who do you hate? How do you really feel about Cliff Godwin?
No, I don't know. I guess when we go on this run, or when ECU went on this run, you sort of saw it in them a little bit throughout the year. Like, hey, if this team can get hot a little bit, but they just didn't have it. And for them to run that tournament table was really cool to see. And it was just kind of like, all right, let's see what these young pitchers, especially, that's what I was keeping an eye on. How long can these arms kind of keep this thing going?
And, man, they had some heroic efforts on the mound.
They did.
This past weekend and in Clearwater.
Yeah, man. And then also the pitchers did well, but it just seemed like the mentality changed. It was like, okay, guys, we're the underdogs. We got to start playing like it. It's just not coming to us. We got to take the fight to them for the first time really all year.
Yeah.
And, there was more hustle. There was more chatter. There was more smiles in the dugout, for God's sakes.
Yeah. Zayag was having a walk in the park on Sunday night. He was out there smiling and having fun.
He was singing along to the walk-up songs.
He was dancing and stuff out there, man.
Yeah.
It was great.
I mean, Coastal has a lot of great walk-up songs. I was singing them too.
But there was a sign that a Pirate fan had all weekend, and it said "House Money," and I think that's the mentality they had.
It was on the quad board.
Yeah, well,
that,
it was also
O'Sullivan told Parker to stick up his butt.
and you know what? Other regionals and other teams started stealing that. I don't know who came up with it first. I'm going to say ECU did, but I mean, if you go look, there's a lot of like your Murray States and those schools like that. They're like, yep, we're playing with house money. That's our motto.
We didn't invent the phrase
I'm talking
house
for
money.
This
Brandon.
year, this regional.
Okay.
This regional. They stole this regional's.
I just think like all
Stuff.
year when we're interviewing the guys after the game, and maybe it's after a string of losses, they were saying, we know it's gut check time, it's time to go, but like you don't really actually. You can say it all you want, but you don't really feel it until it's like, hey, if we lose again, our season's over.
Real quick, Jamie asking what kind of writing will you be doing? Mike P is saying soup reviewer. Is that true?
That's my calling, I think, for sure. But mostly just sort of like promoting some brands and marketing. And I do actually want to chase down this book idea I've been working on, or maybe not necessarily a book, but like a long depth story. On something. So
when you publish the book, we will have the book signing here at Pirate Radio.
I like it.
Go rent an Airbnb somewhere on the coast and get away from the world.
Yeah, that would be nice. I'm going to try to swing that, but I don't know if I can.
I like that.
But yeah, that's something I've been trying to chase down for a while.
Are you still a Bears fan?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Brandon, you have been in and around baseball for almost all of your life. Have you ever witnessed anything like Kevin O'Sullivan in all your years?
Heck, I mean, every once in a while.
You've seen guys lose it.
I've seen guys lose it. I've seen players, flick the opposing team off. You've seen coaches like, hey, just keep your mouth shut. Things like, but no, nothing to that ever.
Yeah.
That level of just disrespect for the game, disrespect for program to program, disrespect for the profession. It just wasn't there. I mean, and I don't think it's over with Florida and him. I really don't. I think there was some more stuff as I was coming out today about dealing with Parker Bird. I mean, I think maybe I was reading something Jenny put and he got in my head, but I really the guy needs something. I mean, the NCAA needs to fine him or something just to say that, hey, big boys can't pick on the little boys. You can't take all their players because you got more money. You can't say what you want to because you got more money, and you can't just go off on like that just because. I mean,
it was very SEC. I make a lot of money. I can do whatever I want to.
The apology was terrible too.
Yeah,
it was just.
It was so scripted. Some attorney.
Wait, is that what you're going to be doing now? Is writing these fake apologies to people?
Yes,
I probably could.
O'Sullivan needed me. Going down to Florida just to write apologies for the baseball program.
Please.
Yeah.
Can we play Bailey talking like Preston O'Sullivan?
Yeah. Shirley, hit the Bailey and Kevin O'Sullivan real quick. from Sunday.
Coach, could you address the situation before the game?
I don't want to address that right now.
Nothing there, apology or anything like that?
I handled it properly. You handled at the end of the game, yes.
And that kind of deal?
You handle it?
That's what I'm saying. He doubled down on what he was saying right there. I handled it properly.
So, what was the final tally on SEC and ACC?
I thought you were going to say F-bombs that he said.
Oh, no. Man, we should go back and do that.
Well, American versus SEC?
No. Like did I say AAC?
No. But that would be
4-0. Yeah.
If you're scoring at home.
Took them down.
No, I mean, I'm talking about in the supers. Moving on. What is your two king your king and prince when the SEC and ACC versus the world?
They are still well represented because you have one matchup, ACC versus ACC, and one so you've got Miami and Louisville, Florida State's in it, North Carolina's in it, and then Coastal and Auburn. So there's a chance you could get ACC, SEC from there. UTSA, UCLA will be non. Duke has Murray State, LSU, West Virginia, Tennessee, Arkansas. One will definitely advance. Still an opportunity for 7 of the 8 to be ACC, SEC. Yeah. But the number dwindled a lot with all the SEC teams that lost in a regional.
Yeah.
But your nightmare could still come true, Brandon. I don't know. You paying attention the rest of the way? You like?
Oh yeah.
If ECU's out, you still watch?
Yeah, I do. I big Link Jarrett fan. I mean, he was here when I was here. I love that guy. He's one of the most prepared. He was doing analytics before analytics were in baseball. I think the stuff he was saying, 20 years ago was what everybody's using now. So
him and Florida State will be out in Corvallis.
Yeah, I love him. He got tossed the other night for some bull crap too.
A lot of tossing going on in the regionals. I noticed.
I mean, and
did you see the Oregon play?
The play at the plate.
Is that the play? That's the play.
Yes.
The malicious
catcher gets. Not even really bowled over, but it was kind of awkward.
Yes.
And they called malicious intent and threw out the runner.
Yes.
And he was out.
It's crazy.
But
and the catcher didn't block the plate.
You were a catcher, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what he was blocking the plate. What is the runner supposed to do?
So you can't. So there's like and the same thing, similar. There was a softball play that the same thing. A winning run came in, and they said that it was blocking the plate.
I just want to know what the runner's supposed to do in that scenario.
It is a very gray rule.
Yeah.
Okay, they have a spot they can't go past. There's a footage I think it's 5 feet or something. They can't catch the ball and go right there.
Apparently, if the ball is like in the air and they're going to catch the ball, they can be in front of the plate.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, it is a gray area, but it is up for interpretation. Like a live interpretation.
Right.
That is a bam, bam, bam right there. It just happened. Oh, you're out. Sorry, you're being tossed. And I do not think it's reviewable.
Well, no, they reviewed it the other night for 7 minutes.
But, I mean, isn't it non-reviewable? Like, if they called interference or if they called, blocking the plate, they can't call it.
Anyway, a guy got ejected for trying to get home.
So they
just trying to go home.
I'm trying to get home.
They allowed a winning run for a softball team for the same reason. Like, she was tagged out, and she was to the right, to the right front of the bag, tagged her. She wasn't even blocking a good slide, and she's safe, but the girl slid in. She tagged out, and I think they threw the runner out. Shirley, were you watching that game? You know what I'm talking about?
Which game was that?
They threw the runner out, and it was a blocking rule and stuff like that. It was a very similar rule. It's the same rule in both sports. That's why I brought it up.
I didn't see that particular one. The only one that's coming to mind is the one where it was between, I believe it was UCLA and Tennessee.
Yeah, that was crazy too.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to say the batter hit a home run, but failed to touch home plate, and then touched everybody else.
And a player helped her across.
Well, a player pushed her. No, they didn't. Because according to the softball rule book, Appendix G, because that's how we learned this, a home run is technically a dead ball. So, the rule states you cannot be touched by anyone who has not been on the field previously. So, like if it was a runner ahead of you, you could touch them, but you can't touch anybody else. At that point, if you didn't touch the plate, then you would be out. But the way they described it was a non-reviewable play because it was a dead ball.
I don't really like that. I think if you hit a home run, it should be over. Why do you have to even go around the bases? The game's over.
Yeah,
it's like
because
you do
for
tiebreakers back in the
day. You should literally
walk
off. Hit a home run, walk off.
Yes.
Don't even go around the bases.
I got it.
Yeah, because
give me a camel.
Yeah, rec ball. If you hit one out, you don't round the bases. You just go back to the dugout.
All right. I was going to say one more thing, but I forgot about it now. Patrick, you are off the regular list, but you have an open door welcome. So, like, if you can come join us, please do.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That sounds good.
What?
I'm technically done, too.
Brandon, you're off the regular list. You have the same open door welcome.
Yes.
It's a good policy.
Maybe we'll get you in this summer, talk some MLB and other baseball.
Yeah, we can talk some other stuff.
But my team stinks. Your team's not great.
We'll have transfers and stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Transfers.
Actually, we
Danny
do.
Bill pitched last night. He's pitching again Sunday.
Thursday.
He said Tuesday and
one of the S days.
I think Saturday.
But Brandon said Sunday.
You want to have some rest in there. Danny Bill's, he's like a 90-year-old baseball player.
Can't go like he used to.
I don't know. Cliff Godwin says he can pitch every day, son. I'm giving him the ball.
Brandon, thank you for joining us all baseball season long with the Brandon Manning Farm Bureau ECU recap.
Yes, thank you guys very much.
And we appreciate you. And Mase, good luck in life, but this is not goodbye. It's see you later.
That's right. Thanks, guys. It's been awesome.
All right, well, take a break, come back. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live on the way after this.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
Looking for the perfect summer hangout? Swing by Fish Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room for our Midday Munchies lunch menu, just $10.25 Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 3. We've got 46 cold draft beers, a killer Sunday brunch from 9 to 12:30, and our regular menu every Sunday, noon to 7. Your new Sunday Fun Day destination. Enjoy live music every Friday and Saturday, 7 to 10 p.m., and follow us on social media for more events. Check out the Repair Shop game room with pool tables, darts, and more, or kick back on our dog-friendly patio with the best staff in town. We're serving up good vibes at Fish Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room all summer long, where good times are always on tap.
What's up, Pirate Nation? Kyle Gaines here from Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Breaking news, letting you know about the Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Used Car Advantage 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty on all of our used vehicles that are 2015 and newer with less than 125,000 miles. It's a peace of mind when you buy here at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We have a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, budget-friendly, $5,000 and up. So come check us out at WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Drive a little, save a lot. Go Pirates.
This is Holt Nailers for my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to AnsonBelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30-plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. AnsonBelt.com, over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holt Nailers Show.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Spring has officially sprung. Time to trade in those winter blues for blooming flowers, sunny days, and maybe even a new home. If spring cleaning just isn't cutting it and you're ready for a fresh start, contact ENC Pirate Realty Alan Tate to find your next perfect home. Buying or selling, now's the time to make your perfect move. Get started today at ENCPirateRealty.com. ENC Pirate Realty Alan Tate. We close the deal or someone walks the plank. Bank. ARG. Go Pirates.
Hey, it's Lindsay Gray with Carolina Caliber. June is here and it's time to celebrate Dad. From home defense to concealed carry and tons of other personal protection and shooting sports gear, your dad deserves to choose from the finest selection in Eastern NC. Plus, we've got a special promotion you'll find only at Carolina Caliber. Buy any FN 509 pistol, get 3 24-round magazine kits and an FN hat for free. This is over a $250 value. Grab a gift card and send Dad on over to Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
Here at the Holistic Company, we know that life throws you its fair share of curveballs, like passing that drug test. Congrats. Now you can finally relax, kick back, and, well, light one up. You've earned it. And whether you've had one of those weeks, or maybe your mother-in-law's in town and you're one passive-aggressive comment away from needing a vacation, if this sounds like you, then come visit our team here at the Holistic Company to help you find the perfect products to ease your stress and promote relaxation. Order our products online at theholisticco.com or visit us at 5th and Evans in Greenville or at one of our other 2 locations in Fremont or Smithfield. The Holistic Company.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. North Carolina State Parks will be celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jockey's Ridge State Park, June 5th through the 8th in Nags Head. There's going to be exciting educational activities taking place, including yoga on the dunes, kayak trips, big canoe trips, a sandcastle building contest, and a horseshoe competition. All activities are free to the public, and there's several special events that are planned too, including a drone show, a concert by the Connells on Friday, and a bubbly toast at sunset. Visit jockey'sridge50.com, Let me try that website again. Visit jockey'sridge50.com for tickets and a full schedule. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you. Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock, Chan Man.
Nice glasses, man.
I wish I was a sunglasses guy. I think I look pretty good.
Yeah, and I love the croquis behind it. You look like a croquis guy.
I've just never been a sunglasses guy, but Brandon Manning left his. What's the law? Like, when can these become mine?
24 hours.
24 hours. If he does not come pick them up in 24 hours, they are mine.
That's at least the beer rule.
Because I think these are probably nice sunglasses, too.
What
Brandon's
are they?
a sunglasses guy.
Costas? Shady Rays?
Oh, God. I got a lot on my head.
Looks like Costas from the side. It's got a little C on it. Or it looks like a little C.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are.
Are they
those
those are Walgreens.
B-Man, come get them because I like them. And I like the Chums croquis. Is that what they call them? Croquis.
Yeah, croquis.
Yeah. Thanks to Brandon Manning and Patrick Mason for joining us today. Good luck to P. Mace. So we send him off.
I'm going to miss him, man.
I know. He's a nice guy.
He is very nice.
Well, I mean, he's just a nice guy.
Nice, man.
It's like, the Pirates, he's a nice guy. But next.
Ask the trainer. Next.
I'm not going to cry over Patrick Mason.
Why are you so upset?
It's like the stages of grief. Now I'm going to say, like, we're not going to miss him. Like, bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Patrick.
Who cares, okay?
Just go.
Like, it's just one guy.
Well, we don't care if you go.
Jeez.
Who needs him? We have Zach Kaplan. Maybe we need him. Never mind.
Who needs you? All right. I need a pro basketball team to watch. So maybe one day I can see them in the NBA Finals. Because it has never happened with the current team that I enjoy.
And it never will. But maybe we'll start heading in the right direction and make the playoffs, maybe win a series. And I talked to James Plowright, who will get you ready for a little Hornets off-season basketball.
Woo!
So here we go with James Plowright.
All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, James Plowright, Hornets and NBA draft analyst. James, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Jarrett. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming on the show. Talking about the Hornets, really just is in the summer. Once the season starts, that's kind of the end for the Hornets season, at least for the last 9 years. How long have you been covering the Hornets?
Wow, covering the Hornets. I believe the first year was 2009. I was 16 years old, and I was in school, and I won a blogging competition for bobcats.com, where I was a fan blogger, an international fan blogger. People might notice I'm in Manchester, UK. And from then, I've been writing and podcasting about the Bobcats and Hornets one way or another now. So, yeah, I've been in here for the long haul.
Yeah, being in there for the long haul, not always a good thing. But at least you got to see 2016, right?
Absolutely. Got to see Kemba Walker making a run with that team, Al Jefferson having his moment, third team All-NBA. There's, it's the peak of the last 20 years of Charlotte basketball, which isn't great. But, at least it happened. At least it wasn't none of that either.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and get into what's going on right now. So the lottery being last week, Hornets, I thought once they got into that top 4, there was a good shot to get that number 1 pick, but unfortunately they get the 4th pick. What were your thoughts on the lottery and the Mavericks moving all the way up to first?
I wish it had just been one of the bad teams. Even Utah, Washington, New Orleans, Charlotte, just let one of those teams rather than the Mavericks who have backed their way into a generational prospect, the Spurs who've moved up for the 3rd year in a row, Philly who moved up again, not just holding on to their pick. The new flattened lottery odds, and for your listeners who might not know, they changed the weighting system towards odds about 4 or 5 years ago now, after I think Philly during the process era basically got the first overall pick a bunch of times in a row. They changed it, and I think that was a mistake. Now there is really difficult for bad teams to get out of that cycle when they're having to pick 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th every year, and it's what's happening, which is a real shame. But look, it could have been a lot worse. If they had not stayed at 4, they would have been all the way down at 6 or 7. So at least they're not in Washington and Utah's position. It's kind of the best of a bad outcome.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. So what players are you looking at specifically for that 4 spot with the Hornets?
I think it really comes down to a group of 4 players. And I would be stunned if it wasn't one of these 4 players. Now, Jeff Peterson and the Hornets do stun fans, just like drafting T. Salon last year. So maybe I shouldn't be so confident. But Ace Bailey, VJ Edgecombe, Trey Johnson, Con Knuppel. I think most might even not have Con in that group. It might be between those 3. I have Con quite highly. I really like Con Knuppel. And there is some Duke ties between the organization now with co-owner Rick Schnall, who is a big Duke booster and has been involved with that organization for a number of years. So I wouldn't rule out Con at the moment, but I think it's one of those 4 guys, and all bring shooting and scoring. VJ and Ace bring a level of defense, which I think this team needs as well. So I think all guys will tick certain boxes, if not also caving into some of the weaknesses already on this team, like Trey Johnson, Ace Bailey, a lot of jump shots, struggle to get to the rim, not very physical, skinny, which is kind of the same issue LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller have, and Mark Williams. So at some point, the Hornets need to probably get some more well-rounded depth in this roster. But the truth is, do you take much into account for a team that's won as few games as the Hornets have last few years? I just don't know if all those guys are going to be here in the long term. Outside of Brandon Miller, it wouldn't shock me if every other player was not on this team in 2 years.
Wow. Okay, so I was going to wait to ask this question later, but who do you see in that starting 5, or just the names you mentioned, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, LaMelo, and Mark Williams? Who do you see them kind of moving away from this offseason, if anybody?
I think Mark Williams got to be at the top of the list, considering they already tried to trade him once last season, and he's coming up for a new contract. He'll be eligible for a rookie extension from the end of the season until October. I wouldn't expect that to get done. He would then be a free agent, a restricted free agent next year, and he's going to want north of $20 million per year. And his health track record and like his defensive impacts, I think it's a dangerous contract for anyone to sign. So I think he's the guy top of the list, most likely to be traded. I would say next is probably Josh Green, just because I think he's quite movable and he's like had a ho-hum year this year. And I think next is actually I would probably have LaMelo Ball ahead of Miles Bridges, and that's not because I think Miles Bridges is more difficult to move because of some of the off-the-court stuff. But I think LaMelo Ball, I'm probably a little bit out on a limb on this. I think I would lean into exploring the trade market for LaMelo Ball this offseason, more so than I think like the most of the Hornets analysts and national media are probably used to. I just think this team could be looking for a fresh start, new ownership group, new front office. And I'm not sold that LaMelo Ball ticks all the boxes of what they look for in a player.
Yeah, and I've kind of been on this early on in the season. I think now, if you're going to just hit the reset button and blow it up, now would be the best time to trade LaMelo, just because I don't think his value is going up from here. I think right now is where you could get the most valuable picks. So you think they explore that option this offseason? What teams do you think would be in on a guy like LaMelo Ball?
It's possible they explore it. It's also really risky because you make it public, then like all of a sudden, like, LaMelo's been nothing but a great like citizen for the Hornets. Like never talked about being traded once, never complained. And if you like turn around and stab that guy in the back and be like, "Hey, we're shopping you," that could send that relationship really south and then leave you in a position where you kind of have to trade him, which is dangerous. So that line between like getting back your the best value by letting everyone know he's available, but hoping the player doesn't get annoyed the fact that you're doing it, you would have to probably have some conversations with this camp. I mean, like, I think if he played next year and stayed healthy, I think his value would go up. But if he plays next year and gets injured again, then I think people would view him as like borderline untradeable. So he's kind of like in this, like his stock could boom or bust anyway. Whereas right now, at least he played whatever it was, 50 odd games this year, which is better than the previous 2 years. But I think there's a few teams out there. I think the Kings are in the market for a point guard. The Dallas Mavericks, ironically, are now in the market for a point guard. The Orlando Magic are another team that stand out. Houston Rockets, although I don't love that fit there. But there's probably like 5 to 8 teams who you could talk themselves into, I think, like, hey, we need a playmaker, an outside shooter, someone who can play off our star, and LaMelo could be that guy.
Yeah, going back to the draft, VJ Edgecombe is a guy I really like it for. What are his pros and cons coming out this year?
Yeah, he's a really interesting prospect from the Bahamas originally, played at Baylor this year, and actually played for the Bahamas national team in the FIBA qualifiers last summer. So he's like playing alongside NBA players, Buddy Hield, DeAndre Ayton, Eric Gordon, and like played well, like looked like an NBA player playing alongside those guys. He is he's like a good catch and shoot player. So like spotting up from the outside, he's a good shooter. He just can't really do it off the dribble right now. So if you're looking for him to kind of like, hey, go get you a bucket and you dribble step backs, pull-ups, he's not going to do that, but he's going to space the floor for you. But then he combines that with freakish athleticism. We're talking like Ja Morant athleticism, ability to rise up for blocks, dunks, incredible athlete. And he has, just absolute trampolines in his knees. It's crazy. And that really shows up on the defensive end, especially. Where he's able to be really aggressive, switch on to guys, guard people who are bigger than him, things of that nature. So he's a really versatile defensive Swiss Army knife. And then on the other side, like I said, he's a decent shooter, an okay distributor. And if he gets out in transition, he's a real threat, going coast to coast with the ball because of that speed and that athleticism. But he's just all the reporting is great all-round kid, like super incredible work ethic. Plays really hard, has a really good motor, will be diving on the floor, will never give up on any play. And I think that's the kind of thing that I think this Hornets front office really are prioritizing. And I expect him probably to be at the top of their draft board, if you were to say right now.
All right, nice. So the Hornets got 2 picks in the early second round, 33 and 34. What guys are you looking at for those 2 spots?
Yeah, difficult to project right now because the withdrawal deadline for NCAA and international players is coming up. So, like, we don't know quite how much depth this draft is going to have. I think Drake Powell's an interesting name and someone who a lot of your listeners will probably know playing at UNC this year. He is all D, no offense basically right now. Like, shot the ball okay. He had a really good draft combine. Like, had some of the best athletic testing. Had a really good wingspan, and he could be a lockdown defender who can hit open spot ups, which could be something that you see versatility like that being something that is really useful when you get to the playoffs. So I think he's a name to consider. I think Hugo Gonzalez is another guy from Real Madrid, Spanish guy, probably been one of the top European prospects for years, but has ended up playing for Real Madrid, who are one of the best teams in Europe. And what that means is he doesn't play that much. He plays essentially garbage time at the end of games. So it's hard to get a real feel on him, but he's kind of dropped because scouts haven't seen a lot of him play because he's buried on the bench. But through all the FIBA youth events, he's been people thought he'd be a lottery pick this year. So I think there's some upside there. And he's an athletic wing who can pass a little bit, shoot a little bit, kind of jack of all trades, but big and strong, athletic, something you don't always expect from the European wings. But I think he's another guy who could potentially be interesting for Charlotte in that early second round too.
James Plowright joining us today. You mentioned big and strong. The Hornets desperately need a big man, and that Nick Richards trade, they kind of got a good return. I didn't really understand it at the time, and still don't really today, because after that, the only big guy we had was Taj Gibson, really. So how aggressive do you expect them to be going after a big man in the draft and free agency and potential trades this offseason?
Well, I think it depends on the Mark Williams trade. If they trade Mark Williams, they will definitely need to add someone. But after that Nick Richards trade, they made the separate move with Cody Martin and Vasimicic to bring in Yusuf Nurkic. So right now, they've actually got a pretty deep front court with Mark Williams, starting center, Nurkic as a backup, and Moussa Diabate, who was one of the kind of very few positive storylines this year, who kind of emerged into a legit rotation player. And they all bring a little bit something different, which is interesting. Look, if you're wanting the Hornets to be in the playoffs, that isn't good enough, that group. But I don't think that's the goal for this next season here. I think the goal is another rebuilding year, get another probably high pick in a very stacked 2026 draft, and probably move from there. I really think this new Hornets ownership group is taking a long-term approach with this. They're waiting for that new practice facility to be built, waiting for the arena renovations to be done, and they're kind of viewing 2027 as the year of okay, we're really going to jump onto the NBA stage as a competitive franchise. And unfortunately, that means some pain between now and then, which a lot of Hornets fans will probably be pretty numb to that at some point if there are any left.
Yeah, 9 years without a playoff appearance. But I thought about this yesterday. We're really only in year 2 of this new regime. So as impatient as the fans are, they're probably going to have to sit around and wait for a little bit. But you mentioned a long-term approach. Just what is the outlook of this franchise for the short term? I guess just rebuilding?
Yes, to be frank. I think that's exactly what they're looking to do. I don't expect them to go and sign someone in free agency this summer for big money. I don't expect a big splashy trade. I expect more trades similar to last offseason where it's hey, we take your bad salary and we get draft picks for it and things of that nature. And with so many teams struggling with this new CBA and the second apron and the taxes and all these things, Charlotte are one of the few teams who aren't that motivated to win, I don't believe, and are probably willing to take on some of that bad money in return for future picks. And I think it's the right strategy. I'll say, I know it's difficult when you're watching 82 games of it, but the Hornets don't have enough talent right now to start just trying to trade for guys and adding free agents. They'd be capped out. They'd be out of draft picks, and they'd probably be a 10th and 9th seed. And I think we've seen that mistake happen too many times in the past. And I think finally, it's the first time really, I think this franchise has rebuilt the proper way. It's not just been 1 year of being bad and then trying to compete again. It's been a continual strategy over the last couple of years now. And I think they're in a good position long term with more picks than ever, future picks to make moves. But the short term, I'm not promising and much better. But as people could just stay healthy, I think people would just take that as a win right now. If they could just see Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, Mark Williams, Mal Bridges all on the floor together, like that would bring happiness, I think, to a lot of people, even if they weren't that good. So maybe that could be an aim for a short-term goal next year.
Yeah, and something that's really made me optimistic this season is seeing what the Pistons were able to do. Just because you look at what the Rockets did in the West, like they had picks because of the James Harden trade, but Detroit, they just really built that from the ground up and were in the playoffs this year.
They did, and Trajan Langdon, who's their new GM, he interviewed for the Hornets position that Jeff Peterson eventually got. He was one of the finalists, and he went in there, and they added veterans via free agency: Tobias Harris, Malik Beasley. Like, these are guys who they brought in, and that kind of helped complement their ascent. But they had been drafting in the top 5 for the 4 years before that. And as bad as it feels right now, this is actually like the Hornets only their 3rd year of being like in the top of the draft lottery. Before that, they were in those play-in for those 2 years. So I still think, like I say, the Hornets are just a year or two behind, I think, where Detroit are right now.
Nice. That's something that's at least good for Hornets fans right now. But you mentioned over when we were DMing on Twitter, you were able to watch a little ECU film, not to scout any of the guys on our side, but you were looking at who we were playing. Who were you looking out at right there?
Yeah, unfortunately not. Yaxel Lenenberg, he played for UAB. He had probably like the single best game of any draft prospect this year against East Carolina. 30 points, 20 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 steals, 4 blocks in 40 minutes. Like, just an incredible stat line if you've ever seen it. And like, that's just a must-watch game. And they don't know if he's going to stay in the draft or maybe he's transferred to Michigan. So he might go back to school. Like, he's borderline. If he does stay in, he's probably one of my favorite targets for the Hornets at 33 or 34 in that early second round. But again, like, if he's going in that range, then I think he probably goes back to school. I think he wants like a first round top 20, top 25 pick guarantee. But yeah, I was watching it for Yaxel, not East Carolina, who were unfortunately on the other side of quite a drubbing in that game. But they did get them earlier in the season, I noticed. So you got them once.
I think that was the conference tournament game you were watching, because I remember watching that. It's like, we just have no shot if this guy's going to play like that. But I know you haven't looked at really anything with RJ Felton, but just from what you're reading, what you're hearing, do you think he has a shot to get drafted?
I'd be pretty surprised. I hate to be negative for your listeners, but the Chicago Draft Combine is normally a good litmus test for like where teams view players in terms of draft stock. And RJ Felton wasn't one of the Chicago Combine invitees. I don't know if he got an invite to the G League Elite Camp. I don't know if you know that. But if he didn't get invited to that either, then I think it's a really low chance, because normally like 1, 2, or 3 guys get invites from the G League Elite Camp. That's like the kind of combine below Chicago. So if he didn't get invited to that either, then I would say it looks pretty unlikely. But would still probably land on an NBA team somewhere as like an undrafted free agent, play summer league, maybe get an Exhibit 10 contract where like a team has his rights and they play for the G League team. That's fairly common these days. So and Charlotte for a while had a pretty good track record. Like Jalen Sims was someone he went to, I think, UNC Charlotte or UNC Wilmington, one of the smaller schools in the state. And he ended up playing with Greensboro and just became their like highest scorer of all time this year for the Greensboro Swarm. So there are routes, I think, for someone like the guys who aren't getting draft analysts to be drafted still to land with the team. And Jalen Sims even got a call up to the Hornets towards the end of the season too. So there's definitely hope there.
Good to hear for our boy RJ Felton. James, one more question before I let you go. You've covered the Hornets since 2009. Who's the Mount Rushmore of your Hornets/Bobcats players you've seen?
Kemba Walker has to be up there. This is a funny one and people won't get it, but Adam Morrison will be up there, because if it wasn't for Adam Morrison, then I would not cover the Charlotte Bobcats. It's a whole origin story of how I got into following the team. So he has to be there just for kind of the reason he was there. I'd have Bismack Biyombo up there again. again, just like one of the all-time most loved people with the Charlotte Hornets. And then probably like Gerald Wallace as well, because he was like the first big star of the Charlotte Hornets, early in his career as well. So maybe not your prototypical Mount Rushmore, but one that is personal to me.
Yeah, not really a lot to choose from, but Gerald Wallace, Kemba Walker, Bismack, definitely agree with you there. I would probably put Al Jefferson in mine, but James, thanks for joining us today. Let the people know where they can follow you and catch all your stuff.
Yeah, if you want to follow me, you can find me on X at British_Buzz. But then I also write and do podcast work for the Buzzbeat podcast. We cover the Charlotte Hornets in like quite a bit of depth. So if you want to get deeper into that, you go there. And then I also write for Charlotte Culture as well, kind of do like big picture Hornets stuff for them. So yeah, Charlotte Culture, Buzzbeat podcast on an X. That's where you can find my stuff. Thanks for having me on.
Great follow on X. I've just been keeping up with you the last couple weeks, and I've learned a lot about a lot of these prospects coming out in this year's draft. So excited to keep following your work, and thanks for joining us.
Good work, J-Bone.
Splendid job, J-Bone. Splendid job.
James Plowright joining the show, and do you have any hope for Charlotte coming out of that, or you feel about the same? Or
got some rope?
How should we feel? You got to stop, man.
Sorry.
You got to stop.
That's a bit much.
Yeah.
But I don't know about hope, but he did kind of put things into perspective. Like, hey, this is like the third year of the rebuild of this rebuild.
Oh God. Yeah.
Not a lot of hope because he said like it's just getting started, but a lot of great information from James.
No doubt. Good interview.
Probably have him on after the off season when the season before the regular season's getting cooked up. Mid-June.
Well, we got to get through the finals, obviously. Yeah. NBA draft.
It's always like the 19th to the 20th.
NBA draft date. It looks like I just saw June 25th. Is that right? Yep. Wednesday, June 25th. We'll be watching it at Overtime Tavern on Wednesday, June 25th. Yep. Let's get a break. We'll come back. Fleet Feet Rundown and more on the way. Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Back with you after these words.
For pest control that packs a punch, BAM! Call on the experts at BAM Pest Control. Attention Greenville, BAM Pest Control is here to protect what matters most, whether it's your business, your home, or your peace of mind. They don't just eliminate pests, they knock them out. BAM Pest Control is #1 in insect control, rodent control, and yard services like fire ants and mosquitoes. BAM! You're insect-free, safe, and comfortable. Call the experts at BAM Pest Control on Hooker Road in Greenville, 252-751-3160. BAM!
Phelps Chevrolet is the dealer to see for a car or a truck or an SUV. The best service and quality. That's the Phelps guarantee. Phelps Chevrolet, the name you can trust. Phelps Chevrolet, you can count on us. The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one. Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates.
A quick getaway to paradise is as easy as breezing into 34 Degrees North Restaurant at the Beaufort Hotel. Enjoy coastal Carolina cuisine featuring fresh local seafood or savor their hand-cut steaks. It's the premier dining destination on the Crystal Coast. The waterfront restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, dinner, and their popular weekend brunch. 34 Degrees North Restaurant in Beaufort is open daily. Visit their website, 34degreesnorthrestaurant.com, or call 252-838-7250. 34 Degrees North Restaurant at the Beaufort Hotel.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Are you tired of dealing with IT headaches? Does this sound familiar? Phones, Wi-Fi, or email always acting up? Are you afraid of phishing scams, data breaches, or ransomware attacks? Every minute your systems are down, you're losing money. If you're nodding your head, it's time to call cybersharks.net. We handle IT so you can focus on growing your business. Fast, reliable, and always there when you need us. Call 321-7800 today and get IT support that actually works. Cybersharks.net. We keep your business swimming.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Pirate Radio.
If you're going to put your name on something, it better be your best work.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. If you're cruising around town or headed out for a weekend adventure, make sure you're riding in something you can count on from Capital Subaru of Greenville. These folks are just not selling cars, they're supporting our community every mile of the way. From brand new Subarus with legendary all-wheel drive to quality pre-owned vehicles, Capital Subaru has your back. Friendly service, no gimmicks, just great deals and even better people. Stop by Capital Subaru of Greenville today or visit capitalofgreenville.com. Capital Subaru, love what you drive. And Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese, biscuits, and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903, and both locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
All right, Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. We'll get our fleet fee rundown. Let's talk to Alex Harper.
Hey, Pirate Nation. Be sure you have the best and most comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. Locally owned and operated by ECU alum Chris Lunyon. Fleet Feet of Greenville provides solutions through one-on-one services to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Go see them at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet. They run for you.
All right, our Fleet Feet rundown today. Tonight's action, we got softball, Texas Tech. Some storylines involved.
Yeah, a lot of story. Apparently, somebody stole somebody's boyfriend. Somebody went through a table.
All right, you're being
facetious.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Facetious.
I think you were being a little misogynistic there.
What do you mean?
You wouldn't talk about that if it was boys playing.
If I didn't know anything about the game, I would go to wrestling.
Okay. What about the girlfriends and boyfriends part?
Some Matt Hardy and Edge.
All right, fine.
Was it a girlfriend for the day?
Is Paul Pierce here?
You can get him for the date.
Candace.
Shut up, Paul. Tonight you've got Texas Tech, Texas softball, Edmonton, Florida hockey, and Major League Baseball action as well. Shout out to the Rockies. Made fun of them for winning 3 games between May 2nd and June 1st. They've won 3 games since then.
Since June 2nd.
What did I say?
Well, no, you said since.
Yeah, they have won 3 games in a row. They have won as many games the last 3 days as they won last month.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those wins is thanks to Zach Agnos.
Yeah, I looked today. So they've got 3 straight, close wins. Zach closed out one of those and had other closers for the others. But
White Sox won last night.
Yeah.
How about Burley going yard?
Had a Burley bomb. Heard that on Shirley Rhodes' Sports Update.
5th of the season.
On Pirate Radio today. Anything else tonight to look out for?
Nah.
All right. On this day, there's not a lot going on, but we will do I'll try to find one for you guys.
On this day, thanks to Ron Ayers Motorsports celebrating 50 years of excellence.
Got a lot of cool stuff up there, I've heard.
How about on this day in historical events? You want to do that?
Yeah, sure. Movies.
Sorry?
Oh, never mind.
Let's see. On this, oh my goodness. We talked about her earlier. On this day, Canadian singer Avril Lavigne released her debut album, Let Go. Shirley, what year on this day did Avril Lavigne release her debut album?
Oh, I'm going to say 99.
A little off. 2002.
Okay. I was like, it's got to be right around that 2000 era, but I couldn't remember if it was before 2000 or after.
Jarrett, on this day in 2018, this film premiered starring Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, and Rihanna. It is from a series of films.
Ocean's 8.
That is correct. Never seen it.
Yeah.
Rihanna was in that movie?
Yes.
Wow.
Never seen it. Let's see. On this day in 2018, former President Bill Clinton, in an interview with NBC, said he has not and does not need to apologize to this woman.
Monica Lewinsky.
That is correct.
Today, I do not apologize.
No apology from Bill.
What do you expect?
And, yeah, I think that's going to be it. We'll do a Owen Shirley on this day in 1988.
Oh, God.
Yankees outfielder steals 2 bases for a team record 249. Pretty much anything involving a stolen base, you should say this guy's name. Shirley.
Well, the first thing that popped into my head is Henderson.
Ricky Henderson is correct.
Ricky gone! I told you, Ricky gone.
Ricky.
That is a great story. If you've never heard the Will Clark story that he tells, of course, Will Clark played first base for the San Francisco Giants. And when Ricky Henderson played for the A's and they would have spring training games, he would, famously, Ricky Henderson talked in third person.
Ricky called himself Ricky.
Ricky calling himself Ricky. And he said one of the funniest things that ever happened during spring training was Ricky was at first base, and his coach told him, do not steal second base because they wanted to get a couple other batters in before the end of the game.
Want to do some situations.
Yeah, situations and that type of thing. And Ricky waited for about 3 pitches, and Will Clark turned and looked at Ricky and said, you don't have to listen to the coach if you don't want to. And he said, oh, no, I'm not listening to him. He said, Will said that Ricky goes, Ricky taking it on the next pitch. Ricky gone on this next pitch.
Ricky gone.
And so Will turns and tells the pitcher, Ricky is running. Pitcher throws the ball. Ricky takes off, and he steals the base, and he stands up, and he turns around, and he looks at Will Clark, and he said, I told you, Ricky gone. Ricky gone.
Can't do nothing about it.
Speaking of former baseball players and telling stories during spring training, have y'all heard the George Brett story?
If y'all need a good one tonight.
Running down my leg.
We gotta beat
I took
that.
one step.
I was just standing there. I was clenching.
I go to the stall, take off all of my clothes.
Leave them there.
Leave them there.
True story.
As if anybody thinks
True Evan story.
George Brett tells the best crap my pants story of all time.
So detailed.
YouTube that one, folks, if you haven't heard it. We've got, maybe one day, if I got an hour to spare, I'll bleep out the entire story so we can play it on Pirate Radio
Well,
Live.
then most of the story will be
That's true.
bleeped.
Speaking of crap in their pants, did you see Shaq run off the set
Oh,
during
no.
NBA Finals because he had a little?
About that, Shirley. I really had to go.
He put some extra pepperoni and cheese on that thing, and it did not agree with his
I had too
stomach.
many shakaroonis.
He had a little highway robbery.
Let's go street flavor, Bubba.
Shakaroni pizza.
Put some cheese on that dog.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think in the next show, of course, you know they love poking fun at each other. They put a porta potty on the set so that Shaq wouldn't have to take off like that. Apparently, he ate something that didn't agree with him or something like that.
I saw a clip this week from an old show, and I guess this is when they were doing March Madness stuff, but Charles Barkley was talking about how he had to take back in the day, you had to take a shower with your jersey on.
That's right.
And Kenny Smith would not let him continue. He was like, what in the hell? You're lying to people. What are you talking about? And Charles Barkley was like, yeah, if you had a game the next night, you had to take a shower with your jersey on. And he was like,
Nobody did that.
Nobody has ever done that in the history of basketball.
Speaking of Chuck, where did the Pirates send the Florida Gators? Where'd they send them?
Speaking of Chuck, where did the Pirates in Cancun?
They ain't going to Cancun. They sent them to Galveston. Dirty ass water.
That dirty ass water.
They go into Galveston. Terrible.
Them big girls eating churros in San Antonio.
All right, let's take a break because Jared brought up something we're going to do. So what are we going to do, Jared?
You said if there was any hope for the Hornets after that James Plowright interview, and that got me thinking, which of my teams are going to win their title next?
All right.
And so I wanted everybody to
We'll
around.
go through each fan base.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that when we return. More of the Fleet Feet Rundown after this.
Hey Greenville, John McCormick from the Yard Gnomes and ambassador of the Greenville Museum of Art. Get ready for the Summer Shindig. Wednesday, June 11th, 6 to 9 p.m. Morgan & Company Live, Nash Hot Chicken, drinks, art, baseball, raffles, family fun, right here at our museum. Shouldn't you dig it? For tickets and info, visit gmoa.org/summer-shindig. Don't miss it at the Greenville Museum of Art.
It's bow time. Bojangles is shaking up breakfast with the return of its sausage Bowberry biscuit. Savory, sizzling, country-style sausage topped with a drizzle of sweet icing, served on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit stuffed with bowberries. Just when you thought you knew where breakfast was going, Bojangles flips the script. But head to Bojangles soon, because even though breakfast is served all day, the sausage Bowberry biscuit is here for a limited time. Order yours today. It's bow time.
Homeowners can face many challenges throughout this season, but our newest New Blue star, Dixon Williams, is here to slide in and save the day. Have a clog that's hitting a foul ball and nothing seems to be getting through? Dixon's fixing to get you flowing again. Feeling like your HVAC's in a slump? Dixon's sliding in to get your comfort back on track. Are swinging blind in a power outage? Dixon is delivering a power boost. So when problems arise, turn home strikeouts into home runs with New Blue, electric, plumbing, and air.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Parker Bird for my friends at Shimmer Boutique. New spring arrivals are here from all your favorite brands like Kinder Scott, Yeti, Local Boy, Pimp Shrimp, Simply Southern, and a lot more. Shop now at shimmerboutiqueonline.com and receive free shipping on all orders over $100. And don't forget, Shimmer is your place to get your very own Parker Bird shirt, available in youth and adult sizes. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, Jacksonville, and shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates.
Hey Birdland, join us at Oriole Park for Father's Day on Sunday, June 15th at 1:35 to cheer on the Orioles as they take on the Los Angeles Angels. Arrive early. The first 15,000 fans will receive an Orioles straw hat presented by WBAL TV 11. Perfect for beating the summer sun, sports your Orioles fandom with his orange and black wide-brimmed hat. Treat Dad this Father's Day and come out for a fun-filled afternoon of Orioles baseball at the Yard. Get your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets.
Are you thinking about purchasing a new home? Stop by and see us at Integrity Home Mortgage at our new location in Greenville at 1420 Arlington Boulevard. This is Talbot Green at Integrity Home Mortgage. We offer a wide variety of loan programs to help get you pre-approved. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service you deserve.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
Braxton Green, NMLS 222-3878. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender, NMLS 208516.
You don't have to choose between comfort and capability when you're behind the wheel of a 2025 Honda Pioneer 704. Rugged and reliable, it delivers the power you need on the job, the smooth shifting you want on the trail. And with Honda's exclusive quick flip seating, you get the versatility of seating 4 passengers or stowing the back seats for a full cargo bed. See the latest Honda Pioneer 704 today at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, closed side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Eastern North Carolina's Bourbon Authority is Greenville's premier American-styled restaurant. The Rick House specializes in handcraft dishes, and our bar features the very best in bourbons like Parker's Heritage, Knob Creek, and Jefferson's.
Big changes are coming to the Rick House. A new menu is on the way with great food, and it's the perfect atmosphere for a night out.
Let the Rick House host your next big event in our 2,000-square-foot banquet hall. It's perfect for wedding rehearsals, graduations, and holiday parties. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road in Greenville.
This is Carson Wissenhunt, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington has everything you need for game day or any other day for men and women, whether it's dress, casual, or even a formal occasion. Russell's has you covered. They've served Eastern North Carolina and beyond for over 40 years with quality clothing and personal service. Russell's Clothing on Main Street in downtown Washington. And where do you find the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in Eastern North Carolina? DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com is a combination of Greenville Auto World and Greenville Motor Company and is fully stocked with an inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Get shopping today at DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com, supporting the Pirates for over 48 years. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, as we continue on our Fleet Feet rundown on this Wednesday. J-Bone, so are we going, like, each one of us says our teams and then which one is most likely to win their next championship?
Yeah.
All right. You want to start?
Yeah, sure.
So who are your teams, first of all?
The Raiders, the Hornets, and the White Sox.
Should we just pass and go to me or Chandler next?
No.
Okay.
It's definitely the Raiders. I mean, you look at the three. White Sox stink, no future in sight. Hornets stink, no future in sight.
Who's going to tell them?
Who's going to tell me what? Like, they're the best of the three. They have the best outlook for their future.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't want to take this serious, that's fine. We could just end the show right now.
I mean, wait, first of all, can we?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
We can move on to a different topic.
We can do the show right now. What the hell? Let's do it.
You've moved up the ranks quickly here, but I don't know if you have the authority to do that.
I can just hit this button and it's done.
The button. I almost cussed.
Now, who has the power again?
No, I get it, Jared.
Both of us got the power.
We both do.
You're right.
We're the Wizard of Oz.
You're right, Bone. Of the three, the Raiders have the most likely chance. I might have a shocking answer for you. So I like the Commandos. Mm-hmm. I like the Marine. Mm-hmm. I like the Hornets. Oh, can I include Hurricanes?
You can't. I'm not a fan of the Hurricanes, so.
I think the answer right. I'm going to exclude the Hurricanes because I'm a playoff fan. I think the answer might be the Commanders.
Yeah.
More so than the Braves.
Last place Braves.
It should be the Braves, but they just stink right now. And Washington was a win away from being in the Super Bowl.
Up and up, man.
That's crazy to even say. I'm going Commanders over Braves right now, and I'm a little nervous about this Braves. Like, what do they do with this championship window they're in? I'm not fully ingrained in their contract situations, but they have the team to do it right now with Acuna and Ozzie and Riley and Olsen. Chris Sale's about done. But Strider, like, they've got the parts to do it, but it is not working this year. So I'm going to say the Washington Commanders are the closest to winning a championship, which is absolutely insane, but realistic.
I think that would be my answer if those were my three.
I'm going with another Washington team, the Washington Nationals. And I'm not saying that because they're not good right now. I'm saying that because baseball is a weird sport, because the year that we won our World Series, it looked like we were in May and we were 19-31. And
now, you did have some Hall of Famers on that team.
We did. But I feel like we're improving, and I feel like I just don't see, one, the Hornets are last on the list.
Yeah.
Panthers are going to be the second. Yeah. And I think it could be a toss-up between the Nationals and the Panthers, but I don't see the Panthers going and getting to that point and getting to the top of the mountain anytime soon. And I could definitely see the Nationals in the next 5 to 10 years probably making it back to a World Series and winning it.
Good young players, and then if they get some hired hands like they did with Scherzer, some veterans, bring some veterans in or
get
whatever.
A guy like Zimmerman who's a veteran on your team that's still, producing at the plate.
But so the Nationals are 5 games back. One thing I will say about the Panthers, and I think the Bucs are good, and people tell me the Falcons might be good, but I need to see that. But, like, the Panthers have a winnable division, and if that's the case, you get to host a playoff game, and then if you can win that one and a couple more, you're there. So the path
is easier.
Might be easier, but with the way it's set up right now, maybe you're right, Nationals.
Right.
So. I think the bottom line is, and more so for you guys than me, but even for me, like, we root for some rough teams.
Yeah. And you can tell, like, we're good character people. We're loyal people.
Shirley,
we're humble.
We'll go Red Sox, Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Who has the best chance out of those two to win a championship first?
Red Sox.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it.
Bills still going to dominate.
Pat's on the up and up.
Yeah.
Miami's just in like this weird kind of purgatory spot.
Well, it's not just that, but Tua didn't come out. It didn't turn out to be the Tua that we expected him to be. Obviously, the concussions did not help because now you're more worried every time he takes a hit that it's going to come back. Because I was always told, now I am not an athlete. I say I'm an athlete, but I've never had a concussion, so I don't know. But I have been told by doctors for, like my nephew, when he got a concussion, that once you get a concussion, if you get another one, it's worse than the one before. So from that standpoint, I mean, you have to question whether or not he can perform at the level that we need him to get us to the promised land. And until that happens, or we get a new quarterback, it's not happening in Miami.
I think make or break year for Nerd Coach.
Yeah, for that whole team.
For the
top to bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, I like him. I like his swagger. I like his attitude, and he seems to be pretty popular among the players. But
you only get a certain amount of time to do something.
Yeah, you just have that small window, and if you can't do it then I just don't know when you can.
Red Sox, by the way, 4.5 out of the wild card. So, I mean, and we're sitting here in June, so a lot of teams are in it, but they are still in it.
I also don't like my NFL head coach to vape. That's...
Do you like your NFL head coach to wear a backwards hat?
No.
Okay.
Really.
Do you like your NFL head coach to chew gum and go, woo?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because that's what your coach does. Do you like your NFL head coach to be the hottest man in the league?
And wear skin-tight shirts.
No.
Okay. Well, you got the right coach for you then, Jerry.
Damn straight.
All right. Good for you.
Yeah, an old man. Like Jerry.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap it up on a Wednesday after this timeout.
The crack of the bat. The roar of the crowd. Baseball is back in Kinston. Come cheer on your Down East Bird Dogs.
Watch the Down East Bird Dogs play.
The crack of the bat. The roar of the crowd. Baseball is back in Kinston. Come cheer on your Down East Bird Dogs.
Watch the Down East Bird Dogs play.
I lived with back and neck pain for 10 years.
I lived with pain for 10 years.
I lived with left knee pain for about a year.
I tried everything from pain medication to cortisone shots.
I did not want to go under the knife.
And then I found QC Kinetics.
Their holistic treatments fixed my back and my neck.
Their regenerative treatments fixed my knees.
Their natural treatments helped heal my knee pain.
Without surgery, drugs, or downtime.
If you want to be free from pain, come to QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, 252-645-6458.
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Greenville is the place to find your next pre-owned vehicle. From high-end SUVs to trucks to cars, starting at just $99.95. There's no better place to find quality pre-owned trucks and SUVs than East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. Pre-owned inventory with a factory-certified 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty.
Go to ecauto.com.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, across from the Cockerell in Greenville. Come see us!
Your quality pre-owned selection is at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Greenville is the place to find your next pre-owned vehicle. From high-end SUVs to trucks to cars, starting at just $99.95. There's no better place to find quality pre-owned trucks and SUVs than East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. Pre-owned inventory with a factory-certified 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty.
Go to ecauto.com.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, across from the Cockerell in Greenville. Come see us!
Your quality pre-owned selection is at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep.
Get ready, Pirate Nation. The 42nd annual Washington Summer Festival is back, June 13th and 14th on the beautiful Washington waterfront. Enjoy live music by Craig Woolard and the Embers, incredible food, local craft vendors, and an amazing fireworks show lighting up the sky. 2 days of fun, flavor, and family-friendly entertainment. It's the summer kickoff you don't want to miss. Come celebrate the tradition, the music, and the magic at the Washington Summer Festival. For more information, visit the Summer Festival on Facebook.
It's time to shack things up at Burrito Shack. Whether you're craving bold burritos, tasty tacos, or crispy nachos, they got the flavor you're looking for. Made from scratch, chef-inspired, fresh Mex cuisine, served up with a side of laid-back beach vibes. Fast, fresh, and totally delicious, Burrito Shack is where flavor meets the coast. Located in the Lowe's Food Shopping Center in Winterville. Quick, crafted, coastal. Burrito Shack.
Pirate Radio,
Ahoy there, mateys!
the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Is he calling us?
No, he is calling to someone named Matey. My name is not Matey.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
The Dow was down 91 points today at 42,427. The NASDAQ was up 61 points, however, at 19,460. The S&P was up just about 0.4 of a point, finished the day at 5,970. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors Stock Market Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back to the show.
All right. Good show today. Shirley, J-Bone, Chan, enjoyed it. Be back with you Thursday, 3 o'clock, all new edition of Pirate Radio Live. Appreciate you tuning in. For the crew, I'm Clip Brock. We'll see you then. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation